Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
When I came back to school this year, I brought my bank with me, and the student checking account at First American National Bank was perfect for me. No monthly fees and no minimum balance, and I can manage my money right from the app. I can do all my banking with text messaging if I want, and I can deposit a check just by taking a photo. It's that easy at FAMB.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
My bank followed me to college.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
It's that easy at First American National Bank.
Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
You know what I remember when you were born?
Today tastes like a Sunday ritual. And it never tasted this good.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
When I came back to school this year, I brought my bank with me, and the student checking account at First American National Bank was perfect for me. No monthly fees and no minimum balance, and I can manage my money right from the app. I can do all my banking with text messaging if I want, and I can deposit a check just by taking a photo. It's that easy at FAMB.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
My bank followed me to college.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
It's that easy at First American National Bank.
Gee willikers, this Coca-Cola Zero Sugar tastes mighty delicious.
Come on, buddy. It has 0 sugar.
But it tastes great.
Let's take the breakables away. If you keep lying like this, you'll be a puppet forever.
But it's the honest truth.
You'll never be a real boy.
No, it's no lie.
You're right. It's delicious.
Told you. I never lie.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, out to the ball game as we're just moments away from the First American National Bank opening pitch between ICC and Coahoma. Your Indians come in ranked number 11 in the country with a 16-8 record overall, 12-4 inside conference play. Coahoma comes in with a record of 3-17, 3-9 inside conference play. As we'll take a look at today's Coca-Cola starting lineups, and this is what it looked like here for Coahoma. It'll be Hibbler leading things off. He'll be playing in center field. Rivera will be the shortstop. He'll be batting second. Sanchez will be the third baseman. He's batting third. Jones will be batting fourth, playing first base. Cole will be in left field. He's batting fifth. Batting sixth and catching will be Etheridge. Trey Thomas will be the DH, batting seventh. Lewis will be in right field, batting eighth. And Treadway will be the second baseman, batting in the 9 spot. First American National Bank opening pitch, low and outside for a ball. It comes your way at 2:58. So that's a 2:58 First American National Bank opening pitch here in game 1. Ground ball right up the middle. It's going to get through for a base hit. And a nice start to the contest there for Coahoma as Hibbler singles right back up the middle.
Batting next is number 2, Josiah Rivera.
And so now this will bring up Rivera to the plate. 1 on and nobody out here for the Tigers. As this is Brady Davis on the hill here for the Indians. Davis is going to look the runner back to first. No issue there as he just stepped right back on the bag. This is the shortstop, Rivera, at the plate here. An oddly quiet ball field today as that pitch finds the corner for a strike. 0-1 now is the count here to Rivera. Sanchez is on deck. There are no outs. Runner on first here for the Tigers. Well, this 3-17 record, very deceiving for Coahoma. I believe they have a sweep with Pearl River, or excuse me, not a sweep, but a split with Pearl River, who is in the top 5 in the country and will be coming to Fulton on Saturday. As Davis will deliver now. Ball in the dirt, gets away, runner will be able to advance. And he waited till the ball got away there. And so that will allow him to move into scoring position. Nice job picking up the ball in the dirt. Once it bounced off the chest of the catcher, he was able to advance in a hurry there. And now sits in scoring position. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 1-2 now is the count. No outs. A runner on second here. An absolute beautiful day here at the ballpark in Fulton. If you're watching and got a chance to come out, you got a long day of baseball, we do encourage you to come out there. As swinging, strike 3. Well, that's our first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game, and that is our first out here in the inning. Runner stays at second. And so with 1 away now, this is going to be Sanchez, the third baseman, coming to the plate. Don't have any stats on Coahoma. So they didn't have any available for us to print out. As there's a breaking pitch, and it's ripped to the left side, and this could score a run, and it will. And they're just going to try to hold Sanchez to a single, and a clutch hit there off the bat of Sanchez. That'll be an RBI single, second hit of the game, and Coahoma striking early here. And that's what we said. Don't let this 3-17 record fool you, as Coahoma, a very scrappy ball club, and one of those, if you kind of take for granted, they'll make you pay, and they've done that here early as they lead it 1-0. Runner at first with 1 out. And this is going to be Chase Jones, the first baseman, at the plate. That pitch missing for a ball. That one in there for a strike, evens things up at 1-1. There's a ground ball, and it's going to get through. So Coahoma just putting them where they ain't right now, and third hit of the inning here. And now they have runners
up to bat is number 1, Zarin Cole.
First and second. We've got a scoreboard update here in a moment from softball. And so now this is going to be Cole, the left fielder, coming to the plate, and Coahoma trying to get something going here early. They've already put one on the board. They've got runners on first and second with one out. Big swing and a miss there for a strike. 0-1 is the count. Davis trying to find a way out of the inning here. Boy, it'd be an opportune time to get a Little Caesars double play if you're an ICC fan, but if you're Coahoma, you're loving the start to this one. Swing and a miss there. 0-2 now is the count to the left fielder, Cole. Softball, they are on the road at Coahoma with the flip-flop schedules this year. When one team's home, the other team's away. Softball moved up to number 2 in the most recent rankings. Baseball slid up to number 11 as this pitch popped up. Center fielder will jog underneath it, and they tried to deke a throw out that time, but just simply returned back to second base. Did the runner, and now there's 2 outs in the inning.
Batting next is number 10, Josh Etheridge.
And this is going to be Etheridge coming to the plate. I'm going to assume it's 5 innings, but 15-0, the softball team wins in game 1 over Coahoma. We need to get confirmation on that from Clarksdale. As this pitch popped up, boy, if the Indians can get out of this inning here with only 1 run, it'll be big, and they do. Pops it up and reeled in and out that time by Tyler Murphy. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at today's Coca-Cola starting lineup for your Indians. ICC trails it 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the first here in game 1 between ICC and Coahoma.
Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
You know what I remember when you were born?
Today tastes like a Sunday ritual. And it never tasted this good.
Why settle for a checking account that just holds your money? Renaissance Rewards Extra gives you so much more. Like savings at more than 400,000 retailers, 24/7 roadside assistance, a cell phone protection plan worth up to $400, $25 in ATM fee refunds per monthly cycle, and a great interest rate when you meet 3 easy qualifications. Get extra today at rewardsextra.com. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
Hey Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And for my family, roll Tribe!
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back as we head now to the bottom of the first inning. Adam Gore, Brad Boggs joining us here in the ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth. Let's take a look at today's Coca-Cola starting lineup for ICC. It'll be Lane Domino in center field, Riley Davis, the DH, Hayden Harris in left field, Colin Carter will be at second, Tyler Murphy will be the first baseman, Connor Gardner will be catching. It'll be Bayley Albritton, at third base, Terrace Meeks in right field, and Drew Capo Bianco is going to be batting ninth, and Domino's going to drop one in. This is going to land at the base of the fence, and Domino's thinking 3. No, Rick, yeah, waved him in, and a big-time start there. And so a big-time start to the contest there as Domino starts us off with a triple. I'm going to say the reason why I said Rick was he was waving pretty hard with Domino coming to third. I thought he was about to try to get him in the park home run. As that pitch missing outside for a ball. Well, ICC trails it 1-0. Brad, that's what you got to do. You want to answer back in a hurry there, and a big-time start to the contest with that triple out to the wall by Domino.
Yeah, he hit that pitch and just drove it to the field, and that one came right back at us right there. I think they knew we were talking about them, but yeah, the ball just kept traveling and traveling in this wind. A beautiful day out here on the park, and so Lane was able to stretch it out to a triple with his speed as well on top of that.
So a runner at third and no outs. This is Riley Davis, and he rips one through, and that's going to be a base hit, and it's going to score a run. We're tied at 1.
Yeah, big hit right there. Get an RBI there for Riley, and so you know, kind of swapping it out. What Coahoma did coming out in the first inning, and we're answering that call of what they did, and hey, you know what they can do, but what they can do, we can do better, basically, and so that's what's happened. So tie game 1-1.
So 1-1, the score. Runner at first. Breaking pitch, just missing for a ball. As this is Hayden Harris, the left fielder, at the plate here for the Indians.
Yeah, Hayden right now is he's got a .337 average coming into this game, Adam.
They're going to look the runner back over to first as Davis, the DH today, dives in safely. No issues over there after the tag.
Of course, the big thing here, Hayden's got 3 long balls. We saw him hit one over that scoreboard out there. Now would be an opportune time for that to happen as well.
Another throw over to first, no issue there. So Harris will dig in and waiting the pitch. 1-0 is the count here to Harris. This is Kirby Ross on the bump here for the Tigers. That one's going to be outside. It's going to get away, and it will allow the runner to head over to third.
Yeah, catcher just wasn't able to, I don't know, it just couldn't get out there to make the play on it. The pitch was outside part of the plate, obviously. As far as it wasn't outside, it would have been a ball, but kind of went off his mitt there at the end of his mitt, was able to get by to the backstop, so we were able to advance, runner in scoring position.
So now Harris with the runner in scoring position, as you mentioned, Brad. Still no outs. That pitch missing outside for a ball. 3-0 now is the count. Jacob Judon checking in, saying as soon as he turned on the stream, Domino hits his triple, so he's going to take credit for that triple there. Appreciate our good buddy Judon checking in with us here on the ICC Sports Network. 1-1 contest, and that's going to be ball 4.
4 straight pitches there, balls. So Harris on first, got runners at first and second now, and so kind of makes things interesting. And let me see if he, check on Ross here and give him an opportunity to throw a strike.
So it will be Carter coming to the plate here. Carter playing second base here in game 1. RBI opportunity here with runners on first and second, no outs. Bottom of the first, just a 1-1 contest between ICC and Coahoma. This pitch popped up. It's going to get out of play, and that'll go for strike 1.
Yeah, it was a nice fastball on the outside part of the plate, and so Colin was able to foul that one off. So got an 0-1 count here.
So Carter digging in here, waiting the delivery from Ross. Ross working the slow pace. Checks the runner at second, now stands in and delivers. Breaking pitch, and it was a beauty. 0-2 now is the count here to Carter.
Yeah, good breaking ball there. I don't know the Indians have seen that one yet or seen that good of a breaking ball out of Ross. So he threw a good one there that kind of got Carter to buckle his knees a little bit, got him off balance, but got a 1-2 count. 0-2. Got to protect the plate, and that's what he did right there. He fouled off that breaking pitch, did a good job fighting it off.
So the count will stay 0-2 here. There's no outs. Runners at first and second. 1-1 contest. It was a triple by Domino. He scored an RBI to left by Davis. Davis got over to second on a pass ball. Hayden Harris is at first after a 4-pitch walk. Ross trying to get out of a early jam here. Carter a little late on that fastball, pops it back and out of play, and we'll stay at 0-2.
Yeah, exactly. Well put there. Was a little late on that, and that's one you'd like to see him turn on and, drop it down in left field or drive it out of the park. But a little late on that, so got to get his timing down. Once he does, I think we'll be in good shape.
So winning the 0-2 offering here, Ross looking for the first out of the inning. See if he can get it in a strikeout form. Catcher steps up way outside on the right side. That's where he goes, and it is a ball. Well, he did have a pitch to waste there. Couldn't get Carter to chase one. Good eye on the part of Carter.
Yeah, they had him sitting way up outside. I think they were thinking Colin's going to chase that outside pitch, go after it, and, hey, again, not a bad thought. It was 0-2 count. So you get one to waste there, if not two right here, so you still kind of got another one to burn if need be.
Wind picking up here at the ballpark is basically blowing in the back of the batter. Ball gets away, and runners will advance here on a wild pitch. And now a really big opportunity here for Carter.
Yeah, 2-2 count. Of course, that moved. Was a breaking pitch that, again, the catcher, just wasn't able to come up with. Kind of dropped down in the dirt and came back to the backstop. Indians advance easily. So, again, as you said, Adam, this is a prime opportunity for Carter.
Well, now the wind really blowing out to left center. Carter goes to the right side. It's going to be a foul ball. Bounces off the tree and into the bullpen over there of Coahoma, which looks like they just sit someone down to maybe start stretching. I'm not going to say they're getting loose, but stretching just in case he's needed here. 2-2 now is the count to Carter. It's a 1-1 score. Runners on second and third. Pitch on the outside corner, and a great job by Carter after falling behind the count 0-2, battling back and forcing the count to go full here.
Yeah, good quality at bat here. Again, tried to get him to chase an outside pitch, and he didn't pull the trigger.
Now the wind blowing out dead center here. Pretty good wind blowing out to center. Flag is waving pretty strong out there as we switch to our wide cam. You look at the pine trees out in left field. They're waving up top, so anything hit up in the air and deep's got a chance to get out of the ballpark. As this one hit to the right side, it's going to be short. Right fielder can't find it, and that's going to score another run here for the Indians.
Yeah, just kind of dropped that one in nicely over the right side. Again, Ross has been trying to, not say trying, he's been throwing on the outside part of the plate. He's really not keeping any balls on the inside part or inside half. Everything he was throwing to Carter was on the outside part of the plate. I don't know if it was from a pitching chart that they've kept or any information they've gotten, but Carter was able to drop that one in nicely, take that outside pitch over to the right side of the infield and drop it in nicely into right field.
So 2-1 now, ICC with the lead. Still no outs. Runners on the corners here for the Indians, and this is going to be Tyler Murphy, the first baseman at the plate here for ICC. That fastball hangs up high for ball one.
Yeah, good eye there. Didn't chase the high heat, which is good. So got a 1-0 count now. And still got first and third offense for the Indians here, and kind of see what they dial up on first and third, if anything.
So 1-0 is the count here to Murphy. That pitch finds the corner for a strike. 1-1 was the count.
It was a delayed call.
It was. It was one of those borderline pitches. Just kind of like, okay, there we go.
Yeah, I was confused.
My constant state of mind. 2-0 is, no, 1-1 is the count. And that one looked just like the previous pitch, maybe up a little bit high that time. 2-1. Now goes the count here. They've got 3-0 on the board, but it is 2-1. Runners on the corners here. Murphy digging in. Pops this one back. And now the count goes 2-2.
Yeah, he missed a good one right there. Good opportunity. He kind of pulled off of that a little bit, and I think Coach Collier's trying to remind him about that. Stay on the ball, keep your head down. But Murph missed a good opportunity right there.
And this one, he just stretches out to find this one popped up. Second baseman going back, he'll make the play, and it's not going to be deep enough to tag up the runners, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Yeah, Murph just kind of had to throw the bat at it right there. Of course, he had 2 strikes. It was a good breaking pitch. It kind of dropped in on the outside part of the plate. So he was able to throw the bat at it to protect the plate. It did make contact, but not enough to garner up a hit there. So that gets us the first out of the inning.
So good job getting that first out there, and that's always the toughest, and that's what ICC ran into. But they were able to get a couple of outs quickly after that, and a good pitch there by Ross to battle back and find the zone. 0-1. It seems like he's settled down a little bit more now. He's feeling a little bit more comfortable filling up that strike zone.
Yeah, he does. And again, he's still working the outside half of the plate or outside part of the plate. So, it's, of course, all right-handers right now.
That pitch up for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. Runners still in the corners here for the Indians. There's one out, bottom of the first. ICC leads it 2-0 after an RBI single by Riley Davis and another one by Colin Carter. Breaking pitch that just fell off the table a bit too soon. 2-1 now is the count here on Connor Gardner, who's catching in game 1.
Yeah, Connor's sporting a 275 average right now. So decent year going on for Connor right now. Generally catches the first game for us every doubleheader.
That fastball rises up a little too much. 3-1 now is the count. And Brad, you talked about it earlier. Absolute beautiful day here at the ballpark. If you're watching within driving distance, no charge to get in. Plenty of room. It's actually comfortable in the shade today as well.
Oh, very comfortable in the shade. Good eye.
And that's going to be ball 4, and ICC's now going to have bases loaded here. We're going to have a quick conversation on the mound for Coahoma. So a quick timeout. We're going to take it with them and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
So when are you going to give me back for the pizza?
Oh, personal foul. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make a successful handoff when you transfer funds to friends and family with Zelle and the Renaissance mobile app. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make the right call for 24/7 roadside assistance and sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking today.
And welcome back after that brief meeting on the mound. No changes made there. Just want to kind of come in and settle down Ross and maybe set up the defense here for a possible double play as bases loaded here for the Indians. And Brad, we've talked about it, and ICC fans that have watched have heard me say this often, and we hope that trend starts to change. But ICC has struggled this season with bases loaded.
They have, and we'll see kind of what happens here as looks like a little slider right there on the inside part of the plate. Good pitch right there for strike 1, but they have. But we need to break that trend. The further we go here, get closer to the postseason, we need to break that trend.
Albritton sends one down the line. If it's fair, it's trouble, but it's going to go foul.
Yeah, good idea there, and I mean, it was just foul, but it had that one been a little bit more to the left side there, obviously it would have dropped in. More than likely would have definitely scored 2. I don't know about 3 on that one, but definitely could have scored 2 on that.
So now the count is 0-2 here on Bayley Albritton, the third baseman. He's batting in that 7 spot here. Coahoma sent 6 to the plate in the top part of the inning. ICC now sending 7 with 1 out here. Bases loaded. 2-1 Indians with the lead. Ball in the dirt, blocked up nicely that time, and 1-2 now is the count.
Yeah, with the either the pass balls or the wild pitches, whatever we've had today with Coahoma so far, and with their combo, it was good. The catcher did a great job right there, Etheridge, to block that one up, keep a run from scoring.
Breaking pitch outside for a ball, and evens up the count now at 2-2.
Yeah, he just started that one just a little bit too far off the outer half of the plate, and when it came through the zone, obviously it was not in the strike zone.
And this one pops straight back over the top of us here in the ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth. We do want to invite you to support the ICC baseball team by becoming a member of the Indian Club, you can do so by visiting iccms.edu. That's iccms.edu. 2-2 is the count. This one popped up, not going to be deep enough to get out of the ballpark, and it's going to be trouble if there's the left fielder comes over and makes the play, and it will be enough to be a sacrifice fly. And ICC adds another run.
Yeah, again, you don't want to, it was an RBI, run came in. You don't want to think bad about that, or that's obviously what the Indians wanted was to score right there, but I still don't think that's what Coach Collier and Albritton had in mind right there, as far as driving the ball. Just didn't have a lot of pop when it came off the bat.
Yeah, it's one of those that when he hit it, got a good swing on it, just didn't get it solid. But this is going to be Terrace Meeks coming in here. Meeks playing in right field. Runner at first and second now with 2 outs. ICC leads it 3-1. That last sacrifice fly being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. Check swing, foul ball. So we talk about the ICC BSU. They meet Monday nights at 7:07. Not meeting for the rest of the year, but in the fall we're going to be back full steam. So ICC students welcome to come back and join the ICC BSU Monday nights at 7:07. Follow them on Twitter at ICC BSU. Meeks looks at the breaking pitch and it's down the line. This should score 1. Maybe even 2. Nope, they're going to hold him there, and that's going to be an RBI double for Meeks.
Yeah, Meeks did a great job with that breaking pitch. It was kind of on the inner half part of the plate. It was a breaking pitch, and he took it and did it and took it to the right field side, past the first baseman. Obviously, first baseman wasn't expecting that shot to come his way, and so just on the inside part of the bag and able to score a run there. So the Indians now on the board with 4.
Yeah, big answer there after giving up 1 in the top half of the inning. This is going to be the number 9 batter, Drew Capo Bianco, at the plate. Stands in, looks at that pitch for a ball.
Yeah, it looks like Drew's I know he's had some nice games here lately. He's moved up. He's got a 292 average right now going into this game.
And a hard hit ground ball. First baseman to a knee, finds it, will step on the bag, and that will do it. Well, the Indians send 9 to the plate. They put 4 on the board, 4 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We'll take a break and come back with the top of the second. We're to be Thomas, Lewis, and Treadway due up for Coahoma. ICC leads this one 4-1. Let's hear from Sonic and be back with more right after this.
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time, but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is Howie Sonic.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
That's home. That's just like the Ravens. That's just like Pahokee, Florida. That's my second home. I got my degree from there, my first degree, college degree. It's part of my heart, it's part of my soul, it's part of my spirit. And, you know, it's everything. Coahoma Community College, baby, it's everything. It shaped me up to being a great man because it was part of the journey of me becoming the young man I am today. And it's home, man. That's it. Like, I can go there and lay my head down without no problems. Coahoma Community College, the best start here.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the top of the second inning. Trey Thomas, Zales Lewis, and Luke Treadway due up here. 7, 8, 9 batters for Coahoma. That was a big, healthy swing and a miss there for strike 1. Thomas, the DH here in the first game of the day. Then Lewis and Treadway will follow. It's Brady Davis on the hill. We didn't give you any stats on Davis earlier as that pitch across for a strike. 0-2 is the count. And Brad, you got some of those Sonic stats in front of you there about?
Yeah, that's what I was looking at here. Brady Davis looks like he's had 8 appearances this year. If I'm reading this correct, or something. And I may need to come back to you here.
Okay, no
I'm
problem.
looking at the wrong sheet. It takes me a little bit here, so I'll be right back with you on
No
that.
problem on that, as the count now goes 1-2 after that pitch missing just outside for a ball.
I never came to be the smartest fish in the
That's
pond.
going to be a grounder right back up the middle to center field, and a nice start. Second straight inning that Coahoma has started the inning off with a single.
I got us down pat now. 8 appearances is what we've got with Brady. Got a 1-3 lost. Hadn't had any losses. He does have a save coming in. So he's pitched 34 innings thus far. He's got 29 Ks, 15 base on balls. Got a little over a 5 ERA coming into the game.
They're going to lay down the bunt here, and it's going to be a pretty good one. Going to have to hurry to throw over to first. They do get it in time, and that'll be a sacrifice bunt to get Lewis over to second base. 1-3 on the putout. Lewis on the bunted it. Thomas ended up at second base. And so now with one out, this will be Treadway coming up. He's batting in that 9 spot with the runner on second.
Yeah, got one out here, runner at second. So the double play's out.
And Luke pops this one up right side. It's going to get in foul territory, but giving chase, but couldn't quite get to it that time. Good hustle on the part of Meeks. Just ran out a little bit of real estate as he tried to make the sliding catch. And so that'll go for strike one. 0-1 now is the count here to Luke Treadway.
Yeah, been good. And Meeks, obviously gave a good run to that and tried to get to that. Boy, if he was able to pull that one in, that would have been big, give us 2 outs. But, again, he gave it all he had to get over there, and it was just far enough in foul territory that he wasn't able to get there.
So 0-1 is the count here to the second baseman, Treadway. Runner at second after a single to start the inning, and sacrifice bunt pushed him over there. This one popped up, and it's going to get out of play. 0-2 now goes the count here on Treadway.
Yeah, he's of course 0-2. He's fouled 2 off here on the right side. So I'm sure Coach Collier's thinking about that when he's dialing up this 0-2 pitch here.
So Davis looking for his second Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day, and the second out of the inning here if he can find it.
I did flinch.
I flinched as myself, so.
I apologize to the people at home because I've been doing good all year and I haven't flinched. But
the one earlier was actually a little bit more at you that time. But in your defense, you're like me during a ball game. You have to work continue, so you're having to answer emails and things like that. And you kind of glanced up to the last second, so I'll give you a pass on that one.
Well, I sure did. I'm sure the people behind me are laughing right now, though.
0-2 pitch, and that one was coming right at me if it wasn't for Gardner to climb the ladder and get that one. 1-2 now is the count.
I almost ran like a scalded dog, to be honest with you.
So the softball team wins 15-0 in the first game of the day out at Coahoma. Number 2 team in the country. They'll travel to Pearl River on Saturday. Baseball will host Pearl River here on Saturday. And there's strike 3.
Yeah, great pitch right there. Brady came back on the inside part of the plate with a fastball, basically at the knees. And, it was just a great pitch to get him out on Treadway right there. He wasn't ready for that, wasn't even looking for that. So is that the second? Second
Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Brady Davis. And now back to the top of the lineup here in Hibbler with 2 outs in the inning. Hibbler in his first at bat had a single up the middle, advanced on a pass ball, and eventually came around to score on an RBI single by Sanchez. This is that pitch missing for a ball.
Yeah, he called that one a strike earlier when me and you were kind of a little puzzled, but this one broke in there. It probably broke too late, I guess, for his likings.
Breaking pitch, foul back. No flinch that time out of Dr. Boggs.
They're coming after me today. I may need to put a catcher's mask on here in a little bit.
Count goes 1-1 with 2 outs here. Top of the second, game 1 between ICC and Coahoma. Indians trying to stay in the chase for that regular season crown here in the conference. As Davis pitch in the dirt, blocked up nicely that time by Gardner. Runners couldn't advance. 2-1 now goes the count.
Yeah, excellent job by Gardner there, getting out, getting his body in front of it, and ensuring that the ball did not get to the backstop so the runner could advance. Because, again, folks, at home, keep in mind, we've got a runner at second, or Coahoma does. So definitely don't want to move that runner up to third.
So Davis checks the runner at second. Now delivers. Ground ball left side. Shortstop's got it. Going to have to hurry and did not get it there in time. Now the throw to third. It's going to be away, and that's going to score a run.
That's just one of those errors you don't want to see right there, Adam. I say errors, you know. I mean, I know the Indians were wanting to make a big play out of that. It was a tough ball to pick up and, field and get the out. And, of course, Murphy decided the guy at second was going to try to advance to third, and so Murph was going to try to get him out at third, and just kind of a bad throw there.
Yeah, E3 will allow the run to score, and it's now 4-2, and a big run there as it cuts the lead in half. Looks a little bit different when you're looking at 4-1, but when you're looking at 4-2, kind of just gives you a little bit shot in the arm there.
Yeah, most definitely. It sure does.
So a 2-out error plates the run, and now this will be Rivera at the plate, and he struck out swinging in his first at bat. One of 2 strikeout victims today for Davis.
And, of course, with the error, the runner was able to move up to second. So there again, Coahoma still got a runner in scoring position.
That pitch missing low for a ball. Well, fans still making their way out to the ballpark. A lot of them taking advantage of the sun being out today and a pleasant day. Chamber of Commerce-like day here at the ballpark. 2-0 is the count here to Rivera. Thought about going now. Throw's going to be short, and runner will be able to advance there on the official pass ball.
Yeah, he just kind of, hesitated a little bit. Gardner did coming up on that. Again, if it's one of those, if you're gonna throw, you got to turn loose. You know, you don't hesitate on it. You go ahead and throw it. I think that the runner saw that he hesitated and clutched on that thing, and so that's when he was able to advance.
So 3-0 now is the count here. Davis delivers. That's going to be ball 4.
And so was that 4 straight?
Yeah.
Batting next is number 24, Arnilo Sanchez.
And now this is going to bring Sanchez to the plate. Sanchez had that RBI single in his previous at bat. So he's going to try to get the Tigers back into the contest here. Stephen West making his way out to the ballpark this afternoon.
Sanchez is a big fella.
Yeah, he is.
Got him.
Got to pick off there.
And got to watch you run at third here.
They're just going to give him the pass.
You got to, and I understand the first and third situation on offense right there. And of course, they could have been trying to get picked off on purpose to try to get the run in at third. And you got to keep an eye on him, but you can't just, you still got to. That's where the communication factor comes in on the infield. And if you get into a rundown, you've got to keep your eye. Someone's got to keep an eye on that runner at third, but you've also got to go for that runner and not give him a free pass.
Big swing and a miss there by Sanchez. And they say you come to the ballpark, you're always going to see something you've never seen before, and that's it. I've never seen that situation, so I don't know to call that a stolen base or what. As this ball coming right back at us, fouled back. 0-2 now is the count. So 0-2 is the count. Sanchez trying to come up with a big swing of the bat here. 2 runners in scoring position now for the Tigers. 2 outs. Pitch coming, missing low, and now the count goes 1-2.
Yeah, it's a good 0-2 pitch right there. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Hopefully trying to get him to chase something down low. And he did. Great eye. So still got a 1-2 count here and another pitch to burn if need be.
Swinging and a miss for strike 3. Big time Renaissance Bank strikeout there to end the inning and get the Indians out of a jam. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error and 2 left on base. We're going to take a timeout and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Student involvement is a top priority here at Itawamba Community College.
If you want to be involved with student government, then the Student Government Association is the place for you.
If you have a stellar GPA, then Phi Theta Kappa is for you.
If you're interested in the diverse culture of our campus population, then the Diversity Club is for you.
If you're interested in leadership and service, then Indian Delegation is for you.
If you're majoring in computer programming or computer networking, then CPNA, the Computer Programming Networking Association, is for you.
If you're interested in good conversations and free lunch on Thursdays, then the Wesley Foundation is for you.
Our health science programs also have specific organizations for those majors.
Student Activities is excited to bring you new opportunities here at the ICC Tupelo campus.
Whatever your passion may be, we have a place for you.
This video is brought to you by Phi Theta Kappa, Beta Chi Sigma, Tupelo campus.
I'm Lane Domino.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Back to the top of the lineup here as ICC sent 9 to the plate in the first, and Lane Domino got us started when he tripled to right center. Takes that first pitch low for a ball.
Yeah, currently Lane leads the team with home runs too right now. He's got 6 long balls on the year, so might be an opportune time with this wind blowing out for him to connect solid and see if he can hit one deep.
And blisters one here, and Brad, you may have just called that. You did. Dr. Boggs in the house.
I'll take credit for that, but no, we'll give Lane credit for that. Great, kept an eye on the ball. He just, like you said, blistered it. It was a shot out of the basically right center, but more towards center. So just a blister that. He gets his 7th now on the year.
A big start to the inning there, as ICC now leads it 5-2, and now we can keep an eye on something here, Brad, as Riley Davis swings on this one, pops it up. Right fielder going over, and will camp underneath it for the out. But to go back and kind of finish my thought, they say the 2 hardest hits to get in the cycle is a triple and a home run. Well, guess what? Domino's got those, so now if he can find a single and a double, he can hit for the cycle here.
And with that speed, you can never take either one of those out with Lane speed. You know, it could be a single or a double at any time.
That's going to be a foul ball down the left side. It'll go for strike 1. So with 1 out, it was a solo home run that Brad Boggs called out to right center by Domino. And a breaking pitch and just missing low. 1-1 now is the count.
There's a good eye by Hayden right there. Even if it had been called a strike, there wasn't anything he was going to be able to do with it had he gone after it.
That pitch inside goes for a strike. 1-2 now is the count here to Hayden Harris.
Yeah, that was the straight when you hope you get your bat, you get turned on, and you can get the meat of the bat on it and hit it over the scoreboard.
He walked, eventually came around to score a run back in that 4-run first, as that pitch missing outside. Evens things up now at 2-2.
Yeah, good eye. Didn't get him to chase that outside part of the plate there, or outside pitch there, that straight one. Ooh.
That pitch goes high. 3-2 now is the count.
Yeah, good quality at bat here. Running the count up for the pitcher and his tally. So that's helping in the Indians' cause there. So good eye at the plate and good quality at bat for Hayden Harris.
So Harris awaiting this 3-2 pitch and walked him again. Nice at bat there by Harris.
Yeah, great at bat. Again, you make the pitcher work for it. He still never earned it, so forced him to walk him. So 1 out, runner at first.
Well, speaking of good at bat, Carter did that in his previous at bat. He had an RBI single, eventually came around to score. Fell behind that count quickly, 0-2. Fouled off 3 or 4 pitches and eventually was able to punch one through for a hit. So he'll dig in here. Swings at the first one, missing for strike 1.
Yeah, he was. Had he connected with that swing right there, we would have. It would have definitely been another home run hit this inning, but just couldn't make contact with that pitch right there.
So 0-1 is the count. Snap throw over to first, ball in the dirt. As Harris quickly popped up, but his teammates, you kind of heard them barking at him, no, 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 didn't get far enough away, stay there.
Yeah, no, that ball definitely didn't get far enough away for Hayden to advance. So good job on communicating by the Indians with Hayden.
Yes, communication is the key. As this shot blasted to center field, center fielder's going to jog back, should have a play on it, he does, and that'll be out number 2. Hard hit ball to the deepest part of the ballpark, and 2 away now.
Yeah, I mean, again, you can't, I know there will be complaints on that by Colin Carter, but because it was an out, but it was a good, well-hit ball, good bat on the ball, and so it was just to the 390 sign out there to center field, and just not enough, obviously, pop to get it over that long, that big tall fence out there in center field.
So 2 away now, and a runner at first base, and Murphy's going to dribble one to the first baseman, blocked it up with his shoulder, and he'll step on the bag to get the out. So after a solo home run to start the inning, it was a quiet finish to the second inning. ICC gets 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. 5-2, Indians lead it through 2. We're going to take a break and be back with the top of the third. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
The outlook for overpriced pizza has never been better. Who's gonna stop us?
Sir, Little Caesars has the lowest price pizza delivered, guaranteed.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. Get $5 off your first delivery.
Pizza, pizza.
Parmesan, Asiago, and fresh mozzarella.
All this cheesing is rather pleasing.
Yep, tastes like $1 million.
Pepperoni cheeser. Only $7.
Pizza, pizza.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
And welcome back as we head now to the top of the third inning. And so that previous situation where the runner took second without any issues was a stolen base officially for Rivera.
Up to bat for the Tigers is
That's
number
what I thought it
14,
was,
Chase
but
Jones.
when in doubt, I called Kevin Maloney out, and he was able to walk me through there. Of course, Kevin, part of the crew down there at Jones, and he also does a lot of stats for ESPN, and so he knows a thing or two, even though I know he's not watching and don't want to give him credit for it right now. This ball popped up mile high. Second baseman goes back, had to stretch out for it, finds it to retire Jones for out number 1.
Yeah, tough play on that side of the infield, as we've said, or in the outfield with the sun coming in like it is. But Colin was able to get out there and make a play on it, and so got the first out of the inning.
So this is going to be Cole coming to the plate now. He's playing in left field. This game just has an odd pace to it. It's almost like everybody's just kind of lackadaisical going through everything. Ground ball, third baseman gets it. Throw over is too tall, but a great grab there. Good job by Murphy, as that ball just left Albritton's hand in a hurry.
That is number 10,
and just turns into an exciting out.
Yeah, you can't, either team can't afford to get, as you were saying, and I do kind of feel what you're talking about here, but can't afford to get lax. That was hit to Albritton, good hop right there to him, but you got to carry through and you got to continue to focus. Again, we keep inching and getting closer to the postseason, hopefully, and so to tournament time. So this is still time to polish up your skills.
Big swing and a miss at that fastball. Strike one here to the big man, Josh Etheridge. We talk about the size of Sanchez. Etheridge, a catcher. Pretty big old boy, too. Breaking pitch missing outside. 1-1 now is the count.
Yeah, I keep forgetting we don't have any stats on these gentlemen here, but they do. They support some height here. That one's hit real high.
Left side, and the third baseman's going over in foul territory. Squeezes it for the out, and a 3-up, 3-down inning there for the Tigers. No runs, no hits, no errors as we head now to the bottom of the third inning. For ICC to be Gardner, Albritton, and Meek scheduled up. We'll take a break and hear from Sonic and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
This burger could perform miracles. This burger could save relationships.
This isn't your normal cheeseburger. You all of a sudden have bacon jam on it. You're like, wow, compliments to the chef. Who threw this together? Sonic Bacon Jam Cheeseburger.
It's elevated flavors.
Yep.
Good summertime treat.
I'd want this Red Bull Summer Edition slush in the middle of the day when I'm like really just wanting to clock out, but the clock's still going.
Yeah, it can help fight that 3 o'clock feeling. Sonic Red Bull Summer Edition slush.
It'd cool me off and then light me back up.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
Hey Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And from my family,
Roll Tribe!
And welcome back as we head now to the bottom of the third inning. Connor Gardner, Bayley Albritton, and Terrace Meek scheduled up here for the Indians. ICC leading at 5-2 here in game one between the Indians, number 11 in the country, and Coahoma. The Tigers jumped out to a 1-0 lead. ICC answers with 4 in the bottom of the first. Each team puts up a run in the second, and it was a 3-up, 3-down inning there in the third for the Tigers. And so ICC, Brad, has an opportunity here to kind of heat the bats up, keep them hot, and get a little distance between themselves and the Tigers.
Yeah, it would be good to do that. Obviously, take advantage of this opportunity. Of course, we've got 3 straight balls right there from Ross. So, whether we're getting runners on by walking or whether we're hitting the ball, either way we can get them.
And there's ball 4, so a walk to start the inning. Second time today, Gardner has thrown a walk, and he'll start us off on a positive note there. This is going to be Bayley Albritton.
Number 11, Bayley Albritton.
Albritton had a sacrifice fly to left to score Harris back in the first inning. And so he'll dig in here with a 3-0 count. Like Coahoma may be getting ready to go to the bullpen as 5 straight balls now have been delivered here from Ross.
Yeah, if you're Albritton, it's got to be beauty down there, before you swing. And, of course, Coach Collier may have him taken here.
So 1-0 is the count, runner at first. And that pitch up high, 2-0 now is the count.
Got a little trouble. Ross has run into some issues here with 6 straight right here, and so definitely, again, if you're Albritton, I would think you're taking till you get a strike and see if Ross can get himself out of this jam.
Ross checks the runner. Gardner not taking a very big lead. This pitch popped up, and it may stay in play. No, it's going to get out of play behind the dugout. And now it's 2-1 is the count. So 2 balls, 1 strike. There are no outs here. Runner at first base is Gardner, who started the inning off with a walk. So 2-1 is the count here to Albritton. In the dirt, blocked up nicely that time. Runner scampers back to first. 3-1 now is the count.
Yeah, Etheridge did a great job there for Coahoma, getting out there in front and blocking that one up cleanly, as a matter of fact, because that would have easily advanced a runner up to second and put him in scoring position. And, of course, you got a hitter's count here with 3-1.
So Albritton, that's a ball. Runner will head to second. Oh, nope, he's going to call time, he said.
Well, they're still sending Gardner down to second.
Gardner's heading to second. No, I guess he did not call time. So balk allows the runner to advance. And this pitch popped up center field. Center fielder jogging back at the track. Will catch it. They're going to test his arm. He's got a good one. And just beats the throw, does Gardner. And again, headed to the deepest part of the ballpark. Albritton able to advance the runner with the flyout.
Yeah, like you said, Adam, the Indians right now are taking everything to the deepest part of the ball field. It was a well-hit ball. It was still on the inner half of the bat, but he did drive it and put a charge into it. Deep enough for Gardner to tag up I'm sorry, that's Albritton, isn't it?
It is, and this is Meeks sending one out to right field. Right fielder jogging back, finds it, and this should score the run, and it will.
Yeah, so the Indians are finding ways to get the runs in here, at least. Again, you want to see more base hits, work themselves in there into the lineup, but still we're scoring runs. So that's the 6th run for the Indians, up 6-2.
Big time hit there, and the Indians manufactured the run there. It was a walk and a balk and back-to-back fly balls that allowed the runners to advance and eventually come around to score. As this is Drew Capo Bianco batting in that 9 spot, fouls the first pitch back for strike 1. There is 2 outs in the inning. That pitch missing for a ball. 1-1 now is the count here to Capo Bianco. And they say pitch inside, as that one kind of jammed up Drew that time, and 2-1 now goes the count. Scoreboard update for softball, 0-0, as that one is through 2 innings in game 2, as this one popped up. Center fielder getting a workout this inning, and he will step into it and record that one for the out. So the Indians do get 1 run on a sacrifice fly off the bat of Terrace Meeks, and ICC leads it now 6-2 as we'll head to the top of the 4th inning. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
If this just cost a little bit less.
Let's take a look at that with the Renaissance replay. Make the right call with over 400,000 shopping discounts right from the Renaissance Rewards Extra checking app.
Might be a little while before I get to the bank.
That's an incomplete pass. Let's give it a Renaissance replay. Renaissance Mobile Check Deposit. Make the right call and open an account with Renaissance today.
When I came back to school this year, I brought my bank with me, and the student checking account at First American National Bank was perfect for me. No monthly fees and no minimum balance, and I can manage my money right from the app. I can do all my banking with text messaging if I want, and I can deposit a check just by taking a photo. It's that easy at FAMB.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
My bank followed me to college.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
It's that easy at First American National Bank.
Gee willikers, this Coca-Cola Zero Sugar tastes mighty delicious.
Come on, buddy. It has 0 sugar.
But it tastes great.
Let's take the breakables away. If you keep lying like this, you'll be a puppet forever.
But it's the honest truth.
You'll never be a real boy.
It's no lie.
You're right. It's delicious.
Told you. I never lie.
And welcome back as we head to the top of the 4th inning here. And Brad, I told you during the break, so I'll share this with the fans. We figured out why the game has an odd pace to it. Seems like every inning right now, and I went back and looked at my stats, and it has been the case. All but 1 inning so far, as there's going to be a blistered shot to the second baseman, blocks it up. Throw over is in time for the out. Look at that one again on Little Caesars instant replay.
Batting next is number 20, Zales Lewis.
That was just a good job putting his body in front of it there. But to continue that thought, so either for ICC and Coahoma, the base runner has been the catcher in all but 1 inning so far. So they're having to go back, put gear on in between innings. And so that's the reason why things just seem to be, I guess you say, a little off. As that pitch missing low for a ball.
Yeah, absolutely. And going back to that previous play there, Colin Carter did an excellent job of blocking that ball up and making the play there at second on that shot.
That pitch fouled off, evens things up now at 1-1 here. This is Lewis at the plate. Lewis had a sacrifice bunt that moved Thomas over to second. He eventually came around to score in the second. So he's going to try to spark the bats here in the top of the 4th. ICC with a 6-2 advantage here in game 1 against Coahoma. That pitch just a little high. 2-1 now is the count. Remind you tomorrow, weather pending, as this pitch popped back for a strike, we'll have soccer broadcast coming your way. Southwest coming to town.
Yeah, I can't really tell right now on the weather. I'm trying to keep an eye on it, but a lot of the models had shown that it was moving in later, which would have had us, or has us, getting soccer in tomorrow. Yeah. But we'll have to keep an eye on that.
There's a ground ball left side. Capo Bianco going to have to hurry if that gets an out. Wow! Yeah. Are you serious? Oh no, he dropped the ball.
Dropped the ball. That was on it.
Man, as he had to stretch for it and.
Batting next.
We talked about it in a previous game. You make those type of plays, you're getting paid to play baseball, and Cap made that one. It's about as close as you can get without making it.
Yeah, that was. He made a great play on the ball. That's about all you could do with it. And again, and a good throw over. It was just a little tough to handle for Murph. So, no harm, no foul. Again, it was well played ball.
Mm-hmm.
So
that will go for a base hit for Lewis. So now a runner at first. And this is Treadway. Pickoff over to first, not in time. Treadway struck out looking at his only plate appearance so far here in game 1.
Yeah, I want to remind everybody, of course, Brady does have an excellent move to first. We've seen him pick a few off this year over there at first.
He's going to go back over there again, and swim move gets back in without an issue. So yeah, to complete that thought, I believe it's a 2 o'clock start tomorrow for the women, number 18 team in the country, as they'll play host to Southwest. The men will follow there. It'll be right here back on the red channel. There's a big, healthy swing and a miss there for strike 1 from Treadway. And then baseball will be back on the red channel Saturday. ICC and Pearl River getting together. If you're looking for a good game against two good teams, an intense atmosphere typically follows between those two. You want to be sure and come out to the ballpark Saturday. Jeremy Kennedy will have the call on that. Brad, you going to be here Saturday?
I believe I will be.
All right, so let's believe you and Jeremy will be working together. Leah will be here as well. I need a break, so I'm taking a break and going out of state this weekend.
Yeah, I understand. You've had enough of us.
Yeah, you're right. No, I'm kidding. So 1-1 now is the count. in the dirt. Ball goes low. 2-1 now is the count. But I will be keeping an eye on that game for sure. As big-time implications on the line there for the Indians and Pearl River, two of the top teams in the conference, squaring off on Saturday. You got to get to Saturday first. As that ball in the dirt, runner will be able to advance on the wild pitch.
Yeah, and that's what, I mean, again, people can look at Coahoma's record, as we said earlier, and that's, I think you indicated, that's not a telltale sign of anything, because they've had some good games this year and played some good. They just split, you said, recently. And but you hope the Indians aren't trying to overlook Coahoma by seeing that record and saying, well, I'm overlooking it, getting ready for Pearl River on Saturday.
Breaking pitch, hung up. It's going to be fouled. Actually, I have no idea where it is.
Well, it just dropped back behind the dugout, I think.
Well, I saw the first baseman. He was looking up, drifting around, and as if it was staying in the ballpark, and then he kind of just stopped. And I looked up, and we got about a little 6-foot space between us and the net above us, so I was just hoping not to black out. Ground ball, foul ball. And now the count goes full, or excuse me, the count already was full at 3-2. So runner at second. Coahoma trying to spark a rally here in the top of the fourth inning. This one popped up. Probably going to get out of play. First baseman giving chase and just couldn't catch up with it. That one actually kind of knifed back in on him that time, Brad. I thought it was going to get out of play, but it was able to the wind kind of pulled it back and nearly an out.
Yeah, Murph, obviously, like I said, the wind pulled it back in, so he just kind of overran it a little bit, understandably, because I think we were all expecting it to get out of play, and it kind of came back in play. So, anyway, that gives Treadway here another opportunity at the plate, 3-2.
So waiting the 3-2 offering here. Can he find his fourth Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day? Nope. That stays fair. It's troubled. Nope. Foul ball. Well, thought for a second had enough to get out of the ballpark, then it kind of just died quickly and kind of looked like my tee shot. All of a sudden took a left and went foul. So a big-time break there for the Indians.
Yeah, big-time break. Like I say, obviously we couldn't have made a play on that. It would have been a base hit had it been in fair territory. So probably would have scored a run. But there again, still 3-2 here.
Scoreboard update in softball is heading to the bottom of the third inning. So the middle of the third, ICC leading Coahoma 1-0. And there's strike three.
Nice pitch there by Brady. Kind of froze him there on the outside part of the plate. Of course, we've got some Coahoma fans behind us, obviously, that didn't agree, and Etowama fans who do agree. And but either way, it was a nice pitch. It would have been close either way. So great pitch, great out right there. So now 2 outs with the runner at second.
Yeah, second time today that Treadway has gone down looking at strike three. So now with 2 outs and a runner at second base. So softball leading Coahoma 1-0, middle of the third in game 2. Snap throw down is not going to be in time. Similar to what we saw earlier, the ball got away, the runner got too big of a jump and just couldn't quite get it thrown down quick enough.
Yeah, again, good blocking up by Gardner back here behind the plate to keep the runner from advancing to third. He popped up a little quicker with that one, didn't hesitate quite as much, so it made it a little closer play back there at second, but still the runner was able to get back. So, again, kept him at second, though.
So 1-0 is the count. As this is top of the lineup here with Hibbler. He's been a tough out today. 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. And he has also scored a run. That one in the dirt. 2-0 now is the count. I think another thing that's added to the just peculiarity, that's not how you say it, the strangeness of the game maybe. Not a very active crowd either.
No, it's really not. Even though it's a beautiful, like we've talked about, day out, and a great day to be outside, but it is not a very active crowd. You're 100% correct. So
2-0 is the count. This pitch popped up. staying on the infield. Second baseman calling everyone off. Should be able to squeeze this one. Now it's going to be tricky. No, it's going to hit the ground. And that's going to score a run. Well, he never touched it, so that's going to have to go for a hit there. As again, the wind playing some factors.
Batting next is number 2, Josiah Rivera.
And Hibbler, he's 3 for 3 on the day, guys.
Yeah, that ball, I mean, it was hit so high and again to that right side of the infield or outfield as we've called it all day. It's tough with the sun, and then you got the wind factor in there on top of it and made it a difficult play for Carter.
And that's a big run there. Makes it a 6-3 contest now. And
Ooh.
Blistered shot, and it's down the line. Fair ball. And this should score another run here as it's traced into the corner, and it will. And that's going to be a double. And the Tigers taking advantage of that miscue. Makes it a 2-run contest now as Riviera gets that stand-up double and an RBI for the Tigers.
Yeah, Hibbler's got some speed, as we just saw. I mean, he scored from first. Of course, the ball was hit down the third base side, obviously on the ground, hard ground ball just over on the side of the bag in fair territory. Ended up going down into the corner down there in left field. So, you know, Hayden Harris had to dig it out, and Hibbler was trucking it around third and scored easily.
Now here comes Sanchez. He's 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI single and a strikeout to end the second. Tigers trying to spark a 2-out rally here as that pitch missing low for a ball. But the Indians may be sending someone over to start stretching right now. Not necessarily working with purpose to get loose, as Davis not pitched bad today. Just Coahoma's coming up with some timely opportunities and some timely hits. This pitch fouled off. 1-1 now is the count. That one came off the leg of the catcher there. Good job by the home plate umpire just to come up and buy him a second or two. Want to half-heartedly brush off the plate, make sure Gardner's good. He says he's good, and Blue says play ball. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. That's the situation. Davis starting to struggle a bit, Brad, as he's missing low on just about all the pitches he's throwing here. Got to come back, throw a fastball, and just rely on your defense. Even though you've given up the last couple of hits, still trust those guys behind you.
Yeah, you got to trust your defense. Of course, like we said, there's some activity going on in the bullpen, or starting to get rocking down there for the Indians.
There's a line drive, and it's going to get through, and that's going to score another run. And here come the Tigers. They've made this a one-run ball game, and all these runs coming with 2 outs in the inning.
Yeah, I suspect the activity will heat up a little more down there. They'll probably kind of put them in motion to get warm. Again, nothing against Brady. Of course, that's the reason why you got Connor out there, Gardner talking to Brady on the mound, because got to settle him down, you know, and like you said, you know, he was missing low with a bunch of pitches. Then he throws that heater in there, and they were sitting on it, you know, so you can't get behind on the count too. That's tough on you.
So 3 straight hits have turned into a couple of runs, or actually 3 runs. All 3 of these runs coming with 2 outs in the inning, and it's a 6-5 contest now in the blink of an eye. And this is Jones at the plate. Jones is 1 for 2 on the day with a single. He's also popped up to second. Breaking pitch, missing low for a ball. Well, it eventually just gets to a point where you're throwing, and it just doesn't find that zone. And that's kind of where Brady is right now. Even making a good pitch, it's just barely missing. As there's a swing and a miss, big swing and a miss there for Jones.
Yeah, way out in front of that one. Got his timing off a little bit there. Great pitch by Brady, so come back with it.
So 1-1 is the count. There is 2 outs in the inning. This pitch fouled off, and we'll go 1-2 now. Boy, Indians need to find the exit here, Brad.
Yeah, they need to get this out. Obviously, of course, we need that anytime, but you really need this is a big time out right here, you know, now that Coahoma's battled and got back in the game 6-5.
So runner at first. Pitch coming, ripped. Shortstop finds it. It's going to go to second, and that will do it. Big out there as that stops the bleeding for the Indians. but Coahoma gets 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. Don't go anywhere, folks. Brand new ball game brewing here in Fulton as we're going to head to the bottom of the 4th inning. But before we do that, we're going to hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
You know what I remember when you were born?
Today tastes like a Sunday ritual. And it never tasted this good.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning.
For the Indians is number 9,
Back to the
Lane
top of the
Domino.
lineup, and it's Lane Domino. Riley Davis and Hayden Harris due up here for the Indians. Domino, well, the bat needs to be red hot right now, or at least looks red, as he has got a triple and a home run. He scored a couple of runs and does have an RBI as well. Stands in, takes that first pitch high and inside for a ball.
Yeah, he's having a great game right now, and had a home run the last time up. So
that pitch just missing outside. 2-0 is the count. So 2-0 now is the count. Some of the
it's still Ross out there, isn't it?
yeah, it's still Ross.
Mm-hmm.
That pitch missing high. 3-0 now is the count. Coahoma fans get a little restless with the strike zone right now. 3-0 pitch coming, and loses him, and that'll be a walk.
Yeah, 4 straight right there. Of course, great eye by Lane. Runners on base is what we need, and of course, got speed too on top of that. So Riley Davis coming up.
Davis 1 for 2 on the day. He does have an RBI single. He flew out to right in his previous at bat, and we're going to have a slow stroll to the mound here for Coahoma. So a timeout here. We're going to take it with them. Let's hear from Renaissance Bank. And be back with more right after this.
So when are you going to give me back for the pizza?
Oh, personal foul. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make a successful handoff when you transfer funds to friends and family with Zelle and the Renaissance mobile app. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make the right call for 24/7 roadside assistance and sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking today.
The outlook for overpriced pizza has never been better. Who's gonna stop us?
Sir, Little Caesars has the lowest price pizza delivered, guaranteed.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. Get $5 off your first delivery.
Pizza, pizza.
Parmesan, Asiago, and fresh mozzarella.
All this cheesing is rather pleasing. Yep, tastes like $1 million.
Pepperoni cheeser. Only $7.
Pizza, pizza.
This burger could perform miracles. This burger could save relationships.
This isn't your normal cheeseburger. You all of a sudden have bacon jam on it. You're like, wow, compliments to the chef. Who threw this together? Sonic Bacon Jam Cheeseburger. You know?
Elevated flavors.
Yep.
Good summertime treat.
I'd want this Red Bull Summer Edition slush the middle of the day when I'm like really just wanting to clock out, but the clock's still going.
Yeah, it can help fight that 3 o'clock feeling. Sonic Red Bull Summer Edition slush.
It'd cool me off and then light me back up.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Student involvement is a top priority here at Itawamba Community College.
If you want to be involved with student government, then the Student Government Association is the place for you.
If you have a stellar GPA, then Phi Theta Kappa is for you.
If you're interested in the diverse culture of our campus population, then the diversity.
Well, I apologize to the ICC PTK, as typically they let them throw them down and do other type of shenanigans once they're ready to go, but they didn't do it that time. This is going to be Riley Davis at the plate, and that pitch in there for a strike, and he is greeting Oberle, as we believe that's how you say that name, Oberle, Oberle, coming in to relieve the pitcher here, Braden Oberle, out of Canton High School. As that pitch missing low and outside, 1-1 now is the count. Domino started the inning off with the walk. Scoreboard update for you. Softball's up 2-0 middle of the fourth in game 2 at Coahoma. Snap throw over the first. Domino slides back in without any issue. We'll stay at 1-1. Great day to be outside. I don't care what you're doing. As long as it's productive, it's a good day to be outside. Hard hit ball right back at the pitcher, and that's going to go out to center field, and that'll go for a single.
Nice shot there. I mean, he was on that, did a great job of driving that up the middle to the center fielder, and of course,
Now batting is number 21, Hayden
got a close
Harris.
play there at second, which it shouldn't have been. So they didn't really know. I don't think he knew if they wanted to, Coach Collier wanted him to come on into third or hang out at second, but you got no outs and you got runner at first and second.
Yeah, this is Hayden Harris at the plate now here for the Indians. Harris is walked twice today. Beautiful breaking pitch in there. Wow, called that a ball. Looked pretty good from here.
Well, we'll take it.
I agree with the guy from Coahoma behind me. I thought that was a strike. 1-0 is the count. They're going to look the runner back to second. So this is Harris playing in left field. He had scored a run along with those 2 walks. .0 is the count. Oberle taking his time here. And that one's hit up the middle. Should be 2 here. There's 1 and 2. Tough play there. 6-4-3 on the double play. That will erase Davis from the bases and move Domino to third. And now this will be Colin Carter coming to the plate with 2 outs. That was a tough play because the runner was going in front of the shortstop, but also the infield umpire was in the kind of the view of the play that time. So a good play there on the part of Rivera at short. Pitch in the dirt for a ball here to Carter. He is 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI single and a run scored. He flew out to center in his last at bat. Domino at third. Indians would love to come up with a 2-out hit here to get one of those runs back. They gave up 3 in the top half of the inning. It's a 6-5 contest here, bottom of the fourth, game 1 between ICC and Coahoma.
Yeah, they better be careful here. Pass ball, we'll score a run with your speed at third with Domino over there.
And that pitch missing for a ball. Again, he kind of changed his cadence all of a sudden, where he's barking just as loud on balls as he is strikes. So you kind of have to wait for his arm motion. And that should be ball 4, and it will be.
Yeah. So 4 straight there on that. And, of course, the Indians now have first and third with 2 outs, though.
Next is number
This will be
26,
Tyler Murphy.
Tyler Murphy.
Murphy 0 for 2 on the day. He is popped up to second, dribbled out to first to end the second. So looking to redeem himself here with runners on the corners and 2 outs. pitch in there for a strike. We talk about how nice the day it is. Well, the only unfortunate thing about that is it also brings out mosquitoes. Really?
Yeah. I didn't bring the spray, did you?
I did not. That will enter my backpack soon, as there's a swing and a miss for strike 2. Great breaking pitch in on the batter that time. Just couldn't catch up with it.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if that was like a slider, but it was low in the zone. It didn't really have that huge curveball break to it. Kind of looked more like a slider coming in there.
So Oberle trying to get out of the inning here with no damage done. Runners on the corners and 2 outs. Murphy pops this one up, back and out of play. And we'll stay at 0-2.
Yeah, kind of another one of those slider-type pitches that he's throwing, and it's got Murph off balance right now, and he's kind of out on his front foot. So, you know, I still can't tell. Sometimes it looks like 7 balls and 2 strikes. I don't know.
It is 0-2 right now.
Okay, so 0-2. So you still got to protect the plate if you're Murph.
Runners on the corners here for the Indians. Runners go. Ball in the dirt. Fake the throw to second.
Okay. That was a little bit first and third offense type scenario, trying to, I guess, return the favor.
Yeah.
You know, that's what Coahoma did to us. And didn't initiate a rundown and or pick play, and the catcher didn't bite and he didn't throw. So, again, runner stays at third.
So 1-2 is the count here to Murphy. Runners at second and third. Ball in the dirt, blocked up nicely. 1-2 now, or excuse me, 2-2 now. Goes to count here to the first baseman, Tyler Murphy.
Yeah, good block right there again. As we've mentioned, you got your speed at third with Lane, and so anything behind the catcher, you can guarantee that Lane's wheels are turning and he's coming home.
Yeah, Indians need to find a way to push these, at least one of these runs across to get a little bit of breathing room between themselves and the Tigers. Murphy rips one. If it stays fair, it's trouble. It does, and that's going to score 2. Tyler Murphy with a clutch hit there for the Indians.
Yeah, and maybe that's the big hit that the Indians needed right there to kind of get out of this, I don't know, this lull as I'm calling it. But it was a fastball kind of in on the hands a little bit. But Murph was able to turn on it, get enough of the big part of the bat on it to get a single and drive in 2 runs. So 2 RBIs there for Murph, and those were 2 big ones.
Yeah, first hit of the day for Murphy. And as you said it, Brad, that was a big hit there for the first baseman, as ICC adds 2 more to the board, and it's now 8-5. Good answer here at the bottom of the 4th. Breaking pitch missing low for a ball. This is Connor Gardner at the plate. He, much like Harris, has not had a hit today. He hadn't had it that bad either because he's walked twice. Breaking pitch missing inside for a ball. 2-0 is the count. They've played 4 in Clarksdale, and ICC still leading 2-0 in game 2. That's softball. The number 2 team in the country, ICC, trying to go for the sweep of Coahoma. As that pitch missing low for a ball. 3-0 now is the count.
Yeah, he's keeping everything low. Oberle is, and so right now, after Murph did the damage with that higher fastball that drove in the 2 runs, so he's keeping everything low to Gardner right now with 3-0 count, and checking Murph back there, but I don't know that they're going to have to worry about Murph stealing any bases, but they might.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know.
So 3-0 now is the count here to Gardner, and again for the 3rd time today, Gardner reaches on the walk, so that on base percentage through the roof right now.
Batting next is number 11, Bayley Albritton.
And now this will bring up Bayley Albritton. Bailey's got a pair of sacrifice flies today. He's in a 2-out situation, so wanting to come up with a big-time hit here for the Indians. ICC gave up 3 in the top half inning, has answered back with 2 now, has runners on first and second with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Albritton takes that pitch inside, nearly hits him. 1-0 is the count here to Bayley Albritton. Coahoma getting a pitcher ready and starting to get loose in the bullpen. Albritton looks at that one at the knees, even to the count now at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners at first and second here for ICC. They lead at 8-5.
Yeah, still an opportunity here for the Indians with 2 outs, runner in scoring position. So drive here out in the outfield could score a run.
That pitch missing low, and now the count goes 2-1. Well, the Indians being very patient at the plate. Could get kind of, I guess you say, get a little antsy, if you will, when you see a team put 3 on the board in the top part of the inning, but they've been pretty patient here in the bottom half. Albritton, as soon as I say that, takes a healthy chop at that one, fouls it off. 2-2 now is the count.
Yeah, he's going to wish he had that one back to cut at again. Knew that was the pitch to drive right there, and he did take a cut at it and just missed it again. Timing was off or whatever, but different style of pitcher here that we're dealing with Oberle than from what we had earlier with Ross.
Oberle more of a not a sidearm pitcher, but more of a chunker, I guess you can say, as he just loads up and chunks it right at you.
Oh, and he chunked that one, and Nick kicked us a few rocks up our way.
Up here.
Yeah, I think he heard you say that.
He chunked it all right. 3-2 now is the count here to Albritton.
Really wasn't any point in that.
Yeah, I got a mouthful of rocks right now.
Yeah, I need a toothpick.
So the count full here to Albritton. Runners, excuse me, second and third. Albritton blisters one, and it's a fair ball, and this is going to score 2. Another clutch 2-out hit here for the Indians, and Albritton's going to get a double.
Yeah, that's a big double right there. Of course, 2, the Indians got a little heat going on right here, got a little feel for it, and Albritton was able to get over there to second because the ball was able to get down in the corner, and the left fielder had to dig it out of the corner down there, and so that allowed Albritton to get in scoring position here with Meeks now up.
Yeah, big time play there for the Indians as ICC not only got all 3 runs back, now add another run to the board here. They've scored 4 in the bottom of the 4th. They lead at 10-5. Still 2 outs in the inning. Meeks looks at that pitch, inside for a ball. 2-out hitting. We saw it done nicely in the top half of the inning by Coahoma. ICC returning serve here in the bottom half, as Coahoma scored all 3 of their runs with 2 outs on the board. ICC has scored all 4 of theirs with 2 outs on the board as well. Runner at second, that's Bayley Albritton. He got his first hit of the day on that 2-run double. Meeks looks at that one, and it's called a strike. 1-1 now is the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. Runner at second, ICC with a 10-5 advantage here in the bottom of the 4th. This game's scheduled for 9 innings. It feels like it's already been played 10. Meeks jammed him, and the shortstop finds it. Throw over is in time, 6-3 on the putout, and that will end the inning. But the Indians do score 4 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We've played 4. ICC leads it 10-5. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
So when are you going to get me back for the pizza?
Oh, personal foul. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make a successful handoff when you transfer funds to friends and family with Zelle and the Renaissance mobile app. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make the right call for 24/7 roadside assistance and sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking today.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
And welcome back to action now as we head to the top of the fifth inning. ICC with 4 runs in the bottom of the fourth to take a 10-5 advantage here in game 1. So it'll be Cole, Etheridge, and Thomas. 5, 6, 7 batters due up here for Coahoma. Cole is 0 for 2 on the day. He's flown out to center field and grounded out to third. It was a nice leaping catch on a high throw over at first that was able to get the out. That first pitch missing for a ball. That one missing for a ball as well. 2-0 now is the count.
Still, going to have a little activity in the bullpen. Nothing major, nothing rushing there against Brady here, but they're still just kind of keeping a little activity. We're top of the fifth. Is that right, Adam?
Yep.
Okay. I'm like you. I think this should be about the top of the fifth of game 2 by now. Nothing against the game by that way.
No.
It's just kind of had a lull, though, still.
Yeah, it's been a very slow pace and kind of just low energy game as that pitch across for a strike. 3-1 now is the count. More folks still making their way out to the ballpark. As that one a late strike call as Cole thought that was ball 4. Kind of looked back at the home plate umpire, gave him a little bit of a stare.
Yeah, and those that are making their way out here, if I'm not mistaken, I think they got the concession stand rolling today, the BSU.
And a big-time Renaissance Bank strikeout there, and Cole
Next to bat is number
not
10,
happy with that
Josh
one
Etheridge.
after the second strike was called, and he had plenty to say to the home plate umpire and a slow walk back.
And a bat toss.
And a little helmet roll.
Still kind of taking a slow roll back to the dugout. Going to take his time.
One of those that umpire's just going to let him
do it.
because maybe he said, okay, you might have been kind of halfway right on that second strike call, but this shot blasted and it's out of the ballpark, off the reservation for a solo home run off the bat of Etheridge as he put a charge into that one, and there was no doubting.
No.
That one was going to be out of the ballpark.
Yeah, when he hit that one, it was definitely no doubter. Even Hayden out there in left field knew it, and so great charge in the bat there.
Next is number 16, Trey Thomas.
And as we mentioned, with Etheridge there, they've got some good size. Coahoma does.
Yeah, Etheridge, we talked about him catching. That was his first hit of the day, and we said it. He's a big old boy, and he put a big old charge in that one. They're going to appeal, and they're going to say he went. So that'll go for strike 1. 0-1 is the count here, as this is Thomas. Thomas is 1 for 2 on the day. He did score a run when ICC committed a throwing error. Meeks loses it in the sun, but adjusts nicely to find it for out number 2.
Yeah, great job out there by Meeks. You just can't say that enough. I mean, it is difficult. Of course, as soon as it's hit, first of all, you got to pick the ball up off the bat, coming off the bat like it. He does. He makes the move, and then you're throwing that glove up in front of you to shade, and he just does a great job making an adjustment there, and it's really a difficult play.
And so now this will be Lewis at the plate. He is 1 for 1 on the day with a sacrifice bunt, and this one blistered. And Domino basically just taking a few steps to his left and squeezes it for out number 3. So the solo home run by Etheridge, the only thing that the Tigers could get going there, as they get 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning, where it'll be Capo, Bianco, Lane, Domino, and Riley Davis due up for the Indians. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
The outlook for overpriced pizza has never been better. Who's going to stop us?
Sir, Little Caesars has the lowest price pizza delivered, guaranteed.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. Get $5 off your first delivery.
Pizza, pizza.
Parmesan, Asiago, and fresh mozzarella.
All this cheesing is rather pleasing.
Yep, tastes like $1 million.
Pepperoni cheeser. Only $7.
Pizza, pizza.
You live life on your own terms. You won't be told what you can't do. And we're here to back you. From the boardroom to the big stage, Renaissance Bank supports women striving for success. Because greatness isn't held to anyone's expectations, except yours. So if anyone says you can't, prove them wrong. Rise with Renaissance, supporting women and the communities they influence every day.
Gee willikers, this Coca-Cola Zero Sugar tastes mighty delicious.
Come on, buddy. It has 0 sugar.
But it tastes great.
Let's take the breakables away. If you keep lying like this, you'll be a puppet forever.
But it's the honest truth.
You'll never be a real boy.
No, it's no lie.
You're right. It's delicious.
Told you. I never lie.
And welcome back now as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Not a pitcher change or anything, but
Back for the Indians, number
extended
35, Drew Capo Bianco.
inning, I say between innings there. As it'll be Drew Capo Bianco to lead us off here. He is 0 for 2 on the day. He blistered a shot to the first baseman that bounced off his shoulder, but he was able to reel it in and get the out to end the first. And he also hit the ball hard to center field, but it was reeled in just a few steps in front of the warning track. So Drew has hit the ball well, just haven't been able to find his way on base just yet. And there's another one blistered to the gap, and it's going to be off the wall, and this is go for a double. Is he going to think 3? No, he's going to stay at 2.
Yeah, Drew was sitting on that first pitch right there, easily drove it in the gap right there between right field and center field. Easy stand-up double right there. Great, I mean, like I say, that's just a great at-bat right there just to be sitting on that first pitch. And that's what the Indians need right now. Need a little spark. Not that we don't have a good lead. We do. We got a 10-6 lead going into the bottom of the 5th here. But, hey, the Indians need some insurance runs. And so you're flipping back now around, Adam, back to the top of the lineup here with Lane Domino, and that can produce some more runs.
Domino 2 for 2 on the day with a walk. He's got a triple and a home run. That pitch outside for a ball. So the Indians, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra base hits. Looks like 9 total hits in the contest. Domino wanted that one, but swung at ball 2, and he knows that. He kind of patted himself on the head saying, you know better than that, come on.
Yeah, I mean, he's had good patience at the plate all day today, and it was just one of those, like you say, one of those moments. He saw it, and like I say, at least he acknowledges it. He knows it, his bad, but he's still here. Got 1 strike on him, 1-1.
Runner at second. Blisters that one in. Collier dancing down there, gets out of the way.
He hadn't moved that fast in about the last probably 5-6 months.
I know he hasn't. Probably not even that long.
Yeah, probably not. I was kind of giving him credit there.
1 and 2.
Yeah, I was going to say 1-2 here. So Lane's got to protect the plate, and he does a good job of that normally. So let's see what he can produce here with a runner at second.
Gonna look the runner back to second. And no throw. So 1 and 2 is the count. Domino at the plate, as we said, 2 for 2 on the day with a walk.
Yeah,
that's a ball.
What? I don't know what happened right there. I don't know if it was did they call time? But they're still sending runner third. I don't know what happened right there.
It was like a miscommunication between the catcher and the pitcher, because the pitcher was ready to throw. And I don't know if the catcher may have lost his balance, like he may have just fell back a little bit, threw his hands up. And so that's going to be a balk, and the coach is going to come out and talk to Oberly here.
Yeah, I don't know. It was an odd sequence right there. What happened? Not that he just stopped. I mean, obviously it was an obvious balk, but unless somebody called time, that would have been the only reason it wouldn't have been a balk. And he was granted time too, by the way. It wouldn't have been just calling time. The home plate umpire would have had to grant it to Lane, but he time wasn't called, and he went through the motion and just pure stopped right there. So that is definitely a balk.
And so Domino stays at the plate now with the runner at third after the balk.
That ball said it hit him. Yeah, you know, and when you have that balk scenario, you know, it's in the mind of Oberly out there. And next pitch wasn't very good. Obviously, it hit Lane just barely, but it did. It got enough of him to produce a dead ball, and intentional. I say intentional. It was hit walk for Lane there to get on base. So first and third opportunity here for the Indians, no outs, and I'm gonna say Oberly's kind of got something going on in his head right now. He may be able to pull it back together though.
So this is Davis, who's 2 for 3 at the plate with a pair of runs scored. Nearly runs one in on Davis that time, takes it for ball 1. So 1-0 is the count here. Indians with runners on the corners. There's no outs.
Yeah, you got a lot of speed here on the corners too, so that's kind of interesting.
This lifted right center, trouble. Going to go back. Is it going to get out of here? No, it's going to be off the wall. That's going to score 1 for sure. And that'll be a double. And a weird throw in that time. Looked like he may have failed when he threw it, so it will be an RBI on the play as Capo Bianco come around to score. I think if the Indians see the throw was off the way it was, that one would have actually scored 2. But instead, just one on the board there, and ICC now takes an 11-6 advantage.
Yeah, I'm like you. It was kind of an awkward throw, and had the Indians caught that, I think another run would score, but no outs. Runners at second and third now.
This is Hayden Harris, who is 0 for 1 on the day with a couple of walks. Ball blocked up nicely that time. Runners unable to advance.
Yeah, got to be careful. Etheridge doing a good job back there for Coahoma right now, blocking those up. But got to be careful right there. If you're Coahoma, you can't let them squeak one by you, and you got the infield in right now too.
Last time Harris was at the plate, he hit into a double play. He fouls this one off. 1-1 now is the count.
Yeah. So Hayden took a good cut there on that one. Got a 1-1 count here, but that was a good cut. And trying to make something happen, get the bat on the ball and drive one here in the deep part of the field and maybe get 2 runs in or 2 RBIs for Hayden.
So waiting the 1-1 offering here from Oberly. Oh, nice job taking some speed off that one as Harris was way ahead of that one. Now finds himself in a 1-2 hole.
Yeah, a good job there by Oberly. He did take something off, as you mentioned, and that just had Harris off his off balance on that, and so his timing was off, but we'll see what he comes back with.
That pitch missing low and outside. 2-2 now is the count here to Harris.
Yeah, good eye there, laying off of it. Don't chase anything out of the zone here. Again, still looking for that pitch to drive.
So winning the 2-2 offering here. This one popped up a mile high, but it's going to get out of play, and we'll stay at 2-2. That's the one he wanted to drive, just a little bit ahead of that one.
Yeah, just a little ahead, like I say there again. He took that inside part of the plate there, and he was protecting it and turned on it, but just a little too soon. So back up here, and let's do it again.
So we'll do it all over here with the 2-2 count. That pitch gets outside, and again, another great job by Etheridge. Can't see the praises of him enough behind the plate today. He does have that solo home run, but he has just been active all over the place behind the plate today.
Yeah, he's definitely had his work cut out for him today, but done a great job. So you got a full count here.
So Oberly's pitch. Delayed strike 3 call.
Well, that was kind of one of them. I was kind of grunting too because I don't think and I think that's the reason why Coach Collier is not arguing or saying anything, and neither is Hayden. But you just can't take that pitch with two strikes right there.
Yeah, that's something you got to find a way to foul off or put in play, and so that's going to be the first strikeout of the day for Coahoma. Carter swings on the first pitch he sees, line drive out to center field, and it will be deep enough to score the run. And now the ball gets away, and it's going to scamper home, and the tag is not in time.
Yeah, the ball got away from the pitcher coming in. He wasn't able to knock it down when they threw it in from the outfield, and so it got away from him, went all the way to the backstop. The catcher wasn't on top of that, not that he needed to be because somebody had to cover home plate. But there again, the ball got away from him, kind of a little error there on Coahoma because the run scored, and I don't know if that's 13, I think. I can't tell out there on the scoreboard.
It did push 2 across, so it is going to be 13. And that, was it a cutoff man or was the throw in from center field long?
Well, the pitcher, it got by the pitcher. And I don't know if it got past the cutoff man. I was kind of watching.
All right, so we're going to call that A6 on the play. So that pitch goes for a ball. Indians lead this one 13-6. There's 2 outs here. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. That pitch high for a ball. 2-0 now is the count. So 2-0. 3-0 as the ball gets away, and not really anybody in the dugout there.
That's what I was wondering.
I guess they're all down there just hanging out either near the bullpen or just a few tucked away in there in the dugout.
I guess so.
That one right down the middle for a strike. 3-1 now is the count.
They had him taken all the way, obviously with a 3-0 count. So Murph's got another shot here.
So waiting the 3-1 offering here from Oberle. That one in there for a strike. Thought it was ball 4, but no, I agree. It was a strike.
I agree too.
And now the count goes full, so a good job by Oberle. Come back and force the count full here.
Yep.
And a low 13-6 strike 3 call there.
Hey, you just can't keep taking those pitches up there. I mean, you gotta battle and you gotta protect the plate. And so anyway, I know the Indians aren't going to agree with it, but I think it was.
13-6 is the score. We've played 5. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
You live life on your own terms. You won't be told what you can't do. And we're here to back you. From the boardroom to the big stage, Renaissance Bank supports women striving for success. Because greatness isn't held to anyone's expectations, except yours. So if anyone says you can't, prove them wrong. Rise with Renaissance, supporting women and the communities they influence every day.
In Searcy, Arkansas, a young man says I love you for the first time, but his girlfriend doesn't quite hear. In Franklin, Tennessee, a boy encounters his first pickle. And in Kyle, Texas, after a mission for tots, cousins realize they're a long way from Kyle, Texas. One day, many people, millions of orders. This is Howie Sonic.
And welcome back as we move now to the top of the 6th inning.
Got me again. I don't know what y'all are doing to me.
I don't know. You scared me that time because I was looking down trying to get the scoreboard set, and you yelled, and then not yelled, but said that, and I hear the net pop in front of me.
Well, I think somebody's playing tricks on me today
out
here on the park. But it's a great day to be at the park. But my goodness, they're coming after me. I'm going to go get Cannon and get me a football helmet.
So that pitch in there for a strike. We want to see if they'll show us the count here. Like 1-2, I believe is what he said the count is.
I wasn't paying attention.
This one fouled back. That one a little bit higher for us that time.
Yeah, I saw that one. I had my eyes on that one. I guess I'm going to learn not to check an email here.
So it is 1-2 is the count here. That's just going to be a little flare out to the right side and a leaping catch.
Nice play there by Murph at first. Of course, again, battling the sun in the process. So it could have easily just dropped over his head into right field, but a little leaping catch there and gets the first out of the inning.
Nicely done that time. As we do have a final score now in softball. It's 8-0 in 5 innings. So ICC gets the sweep there at Coahoma. In softball, in 5 innings, they win 8-0. This pitch popped up. Murphy going over and just lost it.
Yeah, got out of play, got over in the little trees over there.
Yeah.
So.
Over there where people stand to watch the ball game when they don't want to pay to get in.
Yeah.
Technically, you don't have to pay to get in now anyway.
That's exactly right.
That'd be an ideal spot for a press box.
I don't know why you don't put it over there.
I'll get it. 1-1 now is the count. That pitch just a little outside. Ball 2. 2-1 now is the count.
Brady's trying to get it on the outside part and can't get him to chase that outside pitch.
So 2-1 pitch coming. Grounder. Shortstop finds it. Not going to have a play, and that'll be a single.
Yeah, just hitting to the gap there. Good enough, of course, where
Josiah Rivera.
Drew can make a play on it over there and grab the ball, keep it from going to the outfield, and a potential double out of it, but no play at first. So, again, placed perfectly there by Coahoma.
And how about this? Hibbler, 4 for 4 in the day, and all of those coming in singles. So he's having a heck of a day quietly. Has put together a pretty good day for Coahoma. That pitch missing low for a ball, 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, runner at first. That's Hibbler.
Uh-oh.
That ball gets away, and the runner will head to second on the wild pitch.
Yeah, and that gets a runner in scoring position. Of course, it's not what the Indians are looking for here with only 1 out, but there again, it took the double play ball out.
And this is Rivera, who doubled, drove in a run, scored a run in his previous at bat. He's also walked and stole a base and has struck out. This pitch popped back over the top of us here in the ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth. You can learn how you can contribute to Itawamba Community College by visiting iccms.edu/foundation. That's iccms.edu/foundation.
I think I'm going to have to make a trip between games to go get some more baseballs.
I think you're right. There's been a lot of foul balls today. And that pitch missing. 3-1 now is the count.
Brady's still battling up there. Of course, 3-1. Still don't see. There is, slight activity down there.
Say somebody down there for a minute now. I think they're going to see if they're ready.
And ball 4.
And there's ball 4. Like we may be making a move here.
Yeah, they're telling
they're going to tell them to start getting loose down
That
there
is number 24,
in the bullpen.
Anuelo Sanchez.
And now this will be Sanchez coming to the plate. He's been a tough out today as well. 2 for 3 with a strikeout. He does have a pair of RBI singles.
Well, do have the double play ball back in now, so with one out, so that double play can get us out of the inning.
That pitch.
Yeah, he just didn't call it.
Just didn't call that one.
Yeah.
We saw low pitches earlier call for a strike, and we thought, well, the strike zone's going to expand a little bit. It's a 6-run contest, 7-run contest, and no. And now, right now, Davis just overthrowing. You got to take a break here if you're Davis. Take a deep breath and just get back to throwing strikes.
Yeah, point comes a point where, especially if we got a ball 3 here, that we're going to have a mound visit. And
that one drifts inside again, and 3-0 goes the count.
Yeah, there it comes. No, Coach Ernest didn't. I figured either Connor Gardner or Ernest would go out, Coach Ernest, and kind of get Brady to have a little chat with him and kind of get him to talk. They're still waving it from the bullpen down there, making signals. I don't know if they're saying he's ready or not. But
and that's ball 4.
And here comes Coach Collier, so it looks like we're going to have a change here, Adam.
All right, so a quick trip to the mound here. We're going to take a break and be back with more. Let's hear from Renaissance. ICC leads at 13-6, top of the 6th, game 1 with Coahoma.
You live life on your own terms. You won't be told what you can't do. And we're here to back you. From the boardroom to the big stage, Renaissance Bank supports women striving for success. Because greatness isn't held to anyone's expectations, except yours. So if anyone says you can't, prove them wrong. Rise with Renaissance, supporting women and the communities they influence every day.
Student involvement is a top priority here at Itawamba Community College.
If you want to be involved with student government, then the Student Government Association is the place for you.
If you have a stellar GPA, then Phi Theta Kappa is for you.
If you're interested in the diverse culture of our campus population, then the Diversity Club is for you.
If you're interested in leadership and service, then Indian Delegation is for you.
If you're majoring in computer programming or computer networking, then CPNA, the Computer Programming Networking Association, is for you.
If you're interested in good conversations and free lunch on Thursdays, then the Wesley Foundation is for you.
Our health science programs also have specific organizations for those majors.
Student Activities is excited to bring you new opportunities here at the ICC Tupelo campus.
Whatever your passion may be, we have a place for you.
This video is brought to you by Phi Theta Kappa, Beta Chi Sigma, Tupelo campus.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
Hey Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And from my family, Roll Tide!
And welcome back to action. New pitcher in the game here for the Indians is Roe Ketchum. He'll inherit a bit of a pickle here as bases are loaded for Coahoma with one out here in the top of the 6th. Brad, after this pitch, let's get some Sonic stats on Ketchum.
Yeah, Roe out of West Point so far this year, 5 appearances. No wins, got 1 loss, no saves on the year thus far. Got 8 1/3 innings he's pitched, giving up 4 hits, 4 base on balls, 16 Ks.
Breaking pitch missing outside, 1-1 now is the count. Those stats being brought to you by the Sonic here in Fulton. A blackberry limeade sounds really good right now, Brad.
Blackberry limeade. Who has those?
Sonic.
You got to be kidding me.
They're not necessarily advertised that much. You just got to ask for them sometime.
Sonic would be great right now.
It really would.
You know, on a good day like this, those slush
The Route 44 slushies.
Yes, I tell you what, out here, that'd be wonderful.
2-1 pitch coming, and that one missing low and outside. So right now, if you catch them, got to be in a dangerous situation here as Jones is 1 for 3 on the day with a single. Got to come at him here with a 3-1 count and bases loaded.
Most definitely, yeah. I mean, we don't have a place to put him. I mean, so can't afford to walk anyone and walk a run in. And which is
That's
what we
they're going to do. So the bases loaded walk will make it a 13-7 contest now.
Batting next is number 1,
As that is Hibbler, who trots home. And the bases will stay loaded here, and this will be Cole at the plate. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout.
Of course, playing in on the corners right here, and the double play ball is still in effect here for the Indians to get out of this jam with the bases loaded.
Yeah, Cole was not happy with that last strikeout.
He wasn't.
And he was at the plate. And
he walked to the plate quicker this time than when he left last time.
Most definitely. So bases loaded, 1 out here. Top of the 6th, 13-7 is the score. That pitch in there for a strike. Well, the Indians would love to roll 2 here as Etheridge is on deck, and I don't know if the ball landed yet after his previous at bat as he blistered a home run out to left field. Breaking pitch, kind of just check swings. It's going to drop. 1 run will score. They're going to ask 2 to score. No, they're not. And so bases will stay loaded here, in Coahoma charging back in this one.
Yeah, a great piece of hitting. He threw the bat out there on it. It was an outside pitch, kind of a breaking pitch there. He threw the bat out there on it, and it just dropped over. Of course, again, we were in on the corners, so it really wasn't a play there for Murph at first, being in on the corner. So was able to drop it over Murph there at first and scored a run. We're still got the bases loaded, folks, with 1 out.
Big breaking pitch, and that one missing outside for a ball. Yeah, you said it, bases loaded here. Josh Etheridge at the plate, 1 for 3. Had a solo home run back in the 5th. Runner at third. That belongs to Davis. It's a guessing game on the strike zone right now. 2-0 is the count.
Yeah, 2-0. Road needs to settle down. Just got to throw strikes. Again, as we've said, let the defense play behind you. You know, that's the reason why you've got those guys back there behind you. Let them play behind you and get the out.
So bases full of Tigers here. Etheridge at the plate. Rips one. It's going to get through, and it's going to score 1. They're going to ask 2 to score. Nope, they're going to hold him up, and wise decision. What a rocket from Harris. But again, Coahoma not going quietly into the night here. An RBI single, second hit of the day. Back-to-back hits now here for the Tigers. Coach Collier coming out. That will close the book on Davis. Let's take a quick timeout here from Renaissance Bank and be back with more right after this. Coahoma rallying late. Bases loaded, 1 out. Looks like we'll have another pitching change. Back with more right after this.
If this just cost a little bit less.
Let's take a look at that with the Renaissance replay. Make the right call with over 400,000 shopping discounts right from the Renaissance Rewards Extra checking app.
Might be a little while before I get to the bank.
That's an incomplete pass. Let's give it a Renaissance replay. Renaissance Mobile Check Deposit. Make the right call and open an account with Renaissance today.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
The outlook for overpriced pizza has never been better. Who's gonna stop us?
Sir, Little Caesars has the lowest price pizza delivered, guaranteed.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. Get $5 off your first delivery.
Pizza, pizza.
Parmesan, Asiago, and fresh mozzarella.
All this cheesing is rather pleasing.
Yep, tastes like $1,000,000.
Pepperoni cheeser. Only $7.
Pizza. Why settle for a checking account that just holds your money? Renaissance Rewards Extra gives you so much more. Like savings at more than 400,000 retailers, 24/7 roadside assistance, a cell phone protection plan worth up to $400, $25 in ATM fee refunds per monthly cycle, and a great interest rate when you meet 3 easy qualifications. Get extra today at rewardsextra.com. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 13-9, Coahoma.
Up to bat is number 16,
Rallying
Trey
here,
Thomas.
Will Armistead in to pitch for the Indians. And Brad, let's talk about some of those Sonic stats there on Will.
Yeah, Will out of Morville. Got 8 appearances here so far this year. 1-3, doesn't have any losses on the seasons. 38 2/3 innings pitched. Got 36 Ks to his credit and only 8 base on balls, which is good for Will. So he's not prone to putting them on. 4.89 ERA.
Well, he gets that first pitch called a strike, and Coahoma fans not liking that one.
I knew somebody behind me was not liking it. I didn't know if it was coming after me or you.
That pitch missing low for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. Probably coming after both of us.
Yeah, we got some of these little rocks left out here on the table, and we can chunk at them if we need to.
So 1-1 is the count. That's a good point. That might be why they popped up here at us. Breaking pitch in there for a strike. 1-2 now is the count.
All right. Obviously, a K would be huge here, and you can back your first and third up on the corners there. Back up if you get the second out of the inning. So either that or a double play ball, one or the other.
So waiting this 1-2 pitch here from Armistead. Swung on and missed for strike 3.
Yeah, swung through the breaking ball there. Armstead had him all alone on that.
Batting
So
next is
as
number
we see,
20,
Murph backs
Zales
up
Lewis.
and Armstead backs up at third. So everybody playing back now, and just got to get the third out of the inning.
So now with 2 outs, as Brad just mentioned there, this is going to be Lewis at the plate. Lewis is 1 for 2 on the day with a single, a sacrifice bunt. That's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman is going to clean it up, and the Indians will get out of the inning. Good job by Armistead coming in to clean things up there for ICC. But a little bit of damage done there. 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and bases were left loaded. We'll take a break and be back with more as we move to the bottom of the 6th inning.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
That's home. That's just like the Ravens. That's just like Pahokee, Florida. That's my second home. I got my degree from there, my first degree, college degree. It's part of my heart, it's part of my soul, it's part of my spirit. And, you know, it's everything. Itawamba Community College, baby, it's everything. It shaped me up to being a great man because it was part of the journey of me becoming the young man I am today. And it's home, man. That's it. Like, I could go there and lay my head down without no problems. Itawamba Community College, the best start here. That's
welcome back now as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning.
Number 32, Colin Carter.
It'll be Connor Gardner, Bayley Albritton, and Terrace Meeks due up here for ICC in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's a 13-9 contest. That pitch missing outside for a ball. Well, we usually do good to get about a minute worth of commercials in between innings, but today we've consistently taken about 2 minutes between innings as this pitch fouled off. 1-1 is the count. And again, we talked about it, and we're not knocking ICC, not knocking Coahoma, not knocking the umpires. But this ball game has felt like it has lasted 5 days.
Yes, and I think I've grown a full beard in between the time we started.
So the 1-1 pitch coming here. That one missing for a ball. Well, that First American National Bank opening pitch came at 2:58. And it's 5:13. Feels like it should be about 9 o'clock. This pitch fouled out of play back in the area where Sebring Gray and his family usually sit. I know Sebring was fired up about the elections today. Saw him and his family out there running their traditional election lemonade stand. And they were out there on the square getting everyone to come around and support to vote. And hope you exercise your right to vote today as well. Fly ball out to right field, and it will be squeezed for out number 1. Did you grab that cup of lemonade today?
I did. Enjoy a good cup of lemonade. And thanks to Sebring and the family and the staff there to provide that. Talented guy, that Sebring. I'm going to tell you, some of the best lemonade you can put in your mouth. I mean, it's just great.
It is. It is.
Freshly squeezed.
Every glass.
Yes.
So 1 out now, as this is going to bring up Bayley Albritton. He drove in a couple of runs in his previous at bat. Takes that pitch outside for a ball. So 1-0 is the count. And fouls that one off. And yeah, again, that's a couple of pitches he's taken pretty big chops at. He would love to get back.
Yeah, that's definitely one right there too. And I know we saw him do that earlier. So, of course, 1 out, as we mentioned, got a 1-1 count here. And I think Lee Adams said he would go get us a blackberry slush down there from Sonic.
That's what I'm talking about there. Is this pitch fouled out of play and
just knocked down again over there.
That tree over there does an impressive job of, you don't ever see them pinball off. It just hits and drops.
I'm telling you, they've taken a little damage out there. The crew sitting over there down the first base side.
That pitch just outside, coming at us.
Gonna get us. I'm telling you, before the day's over with, if we don't hurry up and get the blackberry slush from Sonic, we'll go down, Gore.
We will. That might be a cure for getting hit by a pitch.
That may be. I'm gonna tell you. I still ain't got my football helmet from Cannon yet.
So 2-2 is the count with 1 out. Albritton at the plate. And kind of all-speed pitch. He had to check his swing that time and then just went on through with it. Good job of finding a piece of the ball there and keep the bat alive. Look, he might have even fouled it off his foot.
Yeah, just got his timing off right now, and that's what we still got Oberle in there, and that's kind of what he's done. He's kept their timing off on some occasions, and that's happened here with Albritton.
So 2-2 is the count here. Albritton waiting the pitch. And that one fouled off, and we'll stay at 2-2.
Breaking pitch coming in there again. He was out in front, just able to get a piece of it. Albritton was to stay alive. So, as you mentioned, 2-2 count here, and battling up there and battling to stay alive and hopefully get on base for the Indians.
So Albritton awaiting this pitch from Oberle. Jams him. He fouls it back, and good job of keeping that one alive there. And that one hurt him a little bit. I think maybe even came off his hand a little bit, and the umpire told him to take his time, getting the ball back to him to give Albritton a chance to kind of walk it off.
Yeah, that one was definitely in on the hands right there, and that was more of a defensive swing, I think, than it was trying to hit the ball. So more of a defensive type scenario, but he was able to battle it off. But and that does put a jar on the hands there when you get one that far in on the hands.
So waiting the 2-2 offering yet again here from Oberle. Albritton rips this one and it's foul.
He's battling up there with Oberle, and got a good pitching hitters duel going on right here. So with a 2-2 count, so running the pitch count up a little higher for Oberle.
So 2-2, steal the count here, 1 out, nobody on for the Indians. They lead at 13-9 here. Oberle's pitch coming. And this one popped up and should be a routine play here as the center fielder charging in and makes the play. Good job that time by Oberle, staying with it and eventually winning the battle with a fly out to center field. And now this is going to be Terrence Meeks. Meeks coming to the plate with 2 outs and nobody on here for the Indians in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Indians were hoping to be able to answer the 3 spot on the top half of the inning. They're going to have to do it with 2 outs now. And Meeks can start us off here. He's doubled. He's got a sacrifice fly and also grounded out to short. That pitch missing outside for a ball.
Yeah, good eye there by Terrace to start things off. Hopefully produce a base runner.
So 1-0 is the count. Oberle sends that one across inside. 2-0 now goes the count. We are only in the 6th inning.
Yes, sir. That is correct.
This one blasted.
It's gone.
It's a bomb. Terrace Meeks with a solo home run. And Meeks puts a charge into that one and a big-time hit there. The Indians get one of the runs back, and that was on a rope.
Yeah, Terrace was sitting on that fastball, and it was, a little up, not much. Again, it was in the strike zone, and turned on it quick and drove it out of the park on a line drive, basic shot out of here. And it was a no-doubter, one of those that when it left the bat, it was a no-doubter.
And so a 2-out home run there, and ICC now leads it 14-9.
It'd be good to get a couple more across here. Let's hit a couple more long balls. What do you say?
Now this is Drew Capo Bianco, and his last at bat, we thought he put a charge into one, and he doubled off the wall. He advanced on a balk and eventually came around to score on a double by Riley Davis. That pitch outside, 3-0 now is the count.
Yeah, good eye by Drew there to be patient at the plate, and so got a 3-0 count here. I fully expect him to be taking at this point.
So waiting the 3-0 offering here from Oberle. And he was taking the whole way that time, and the umpire had made up his mind to call that a strike yesterday.
That's right. People still aren't satisfied behind us.
So now you hear the ICC faithful getting fired up. And that one in there for a strike. 3-2 now is the count.
Yeah, got to protect the plate now, as we've said multiple times today. And, of course, Drew's done that, but got to protect the plate here. And, anything close, got to be swinging.
So waiting the 3-2 offering here from Oberle. And there's ball 4.
My.
And now we go back to the top of the lineup here, and it's going to be Lane Domino. Domino has got a triple. He's got a home run. He's walked, and he's been hit by a pitch. He's done a little bit of everything today.
Well, this will be a good opportunity to go ahead and get that second home run of the day. 2-run shot.
So you've got speed over at first in Capo Bianco. Hot bat at the plate here in Lane Domino. Domino nearly hit by a pitch for the second time today as that pitch up and inside for a ball. Don't see Coach down there in right field. Typically he's parked out there with his chair popping up over the fence, and not there today.
He's probably listening to us on the radio.
Runner goes. Throw down is going to be high, and that's going to be a stolen base for Capo Bianco.
Yeah, Drew got a good jump off that. So, again, now runners in scoring position for the Indians do have 2 outs. 1-1 count here on Lane. So, a good opportunity for Lane to pick up an RBI.
Wind is blowing out of the ballpark, but a light breeze, not anything that we saw earlier in the game that's caused a few issues. Domino, grounder, and the first baseman couldn't come up with it. Hard hit ball. I'm going to call that a single because that was hit blistered that time. Now we'll bring up Riley Davis with 2 outs. Runners on the corners here for the Indians. And Riley Davis, pretty good day for himself. He's 3 for 4. He's got a couple of RBIs. He's singled twice. He's got a double. He scored 3 runs as well.
And took ball 1 there. And I've always said I think they really like Riley's intro music.
Yeah,
here.
I think so. Saw a few fans getting up, starting to dance in the corner up there. So 1-0 is the count. No, Chad Case is a big fan of that song.
Oh, yeah.
As this one blistered, center fielder's going to have to go back. Is it going to be off the wall? Yes, it is. And that should score 2.
They're going to score Lane.
And that'll be a double. And a big-time clutch hit there. The ball gets away, but the runner unable to advance.
Riley was sitting on that one major. And again, it was one of those line shots. No height to it, didn't need height. I mean, it was just a blistered line shot off the center field wall. So easily scored 2 runs there.
And we may have a pitching change coming up here as ICC takes a 16-9 advantage in this one. Yes, we will have a pitching change, so we'll take a break and hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
When I came back to school this year, I brought my bank with me, and the student checking account at First American National Bank was perfect for me. No monthly fees and no minimum balance, and I can manage my money right from the app. I can do all my banking with text messaging if I want, and I can deposit a check just by taking a photo. It's that easy at FAMB.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
My bank followed me to college.
I took my bank to college with me.
I took my bank to college with me.
It's that easy at First American National Bank.
This burger could perform miracles. This burger could save relationships.
This isn't your normal cheeseburger. You all of a sudden have bacon jam on it. You're like, wow, compliments to the chef. Who threw this together? Sonic Bacon Jam Cheeseburger. You know?
Elevated flavors.
Yep.
Good summertime treat.
I'd want this Red Bull Summer Edition slush the middle of the day when I'm like really just wanting to clock out, but the clock's still going.
Yeah, it can help fight that 3 o'clock feeling.
Sonic Red Bull Summer Edition slush.
It'd cool me off and then light me back up.
The outlook for overpriced pizza has never been better. Who's gonna stop us?
Sir, Little Caesars has the lowest price pizza delivered, guaranteed.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. Get $5 off your first delivery.
Pizza, pizza.
Parmesan, Asiago, and fresh mozzarella.
All this cheesing is rather pleasing.
Yep, tastes like $1 million.
Pepperoni cheeser, only $7.
Pizza, pizza.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you can hear me because that music's extremely loud right now as it's going to be Hayden Harris coming to the plate. Indians can think about putting this one to bed here if they can score a run, and I probably just jinxed it, so I apologize.
Thanks.
As Harris at the plate, he is 0 for 2 with a couple of walks. Beautiful breaking pitch there, as it's in there for a strike. This is Wilder, Austin Wilder, on the hill now here for the Tigers. Harris looking for his first hit of the day. Blisters that one, and thought he just came up with it. That's your job to call hits. He called the home run earlier.
Yeah, he did. He was on that one. Very good there. And, of course, he's got an 0-2 count now, so he's got to battle through that. But anything in the gap is going to score that run at second. My goodness.
It's the Indians dugout getting fired up all of a sudden, and time is taken.
I didn't know where that was coming from, but
I was scared.
Yeah, they're normally standing outside the dugout.
So waiting the 0-2 pitch here. Harris lifts this one.
Just got under it.
And the center fielder will go over and, had to make a jumping catch. And we'll head to the 7th. ICC leads at 16-9. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this.
Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
You know what I remember when you were born?
Today tastes like a Sunday ritual. And it never tasted this good.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
And welcome back. I'm having trouble seeing the screen with the sun setting here at Crescent Field as Indians heading to the top of the 7th. This one's scheduled for 9. As
now batting is number 26, Luke Treadway.
And it will be Treadway coming to the plate. He's 0 for 3 on the day with a pair of strikeouts. Both those strikeouts looking. Armistead on the hill here for the Indians. Both teams have sent 3 pitchers to the hill here in game 1, as that pitch missing for a ball. "1-0 is the count. This one popped up and gonna fall in foul territory and even things up at 1-1.
Yeah, good chase out there to it by Murph and Terrace and Colin Carter, but neither of the 3 were able to get over there and get to it. It was kept drifting far enough out there to keep Mr. Treadway alive here at the plate.
1-1 is the count. He's leading us off here in the top of the 7th, and we'll go back to the top part of the lineup with Hibbler, who has been a tough out today, as that pitch in there for a strike. Talk about Treadway being 0 for 3. Hibbler is 4 for 4, all singles, 3 runs, does have an RBI as well. 1-2 pitch coming, swung on and missed for strike 3.
Yeah, breaking pitches looking nasty for Will, and right now, and he's got them off balance tremendously, and like I say, they just can't catch up with it. So great pitch, great strikeout there, great Renaissance strikeout that is by Will Armstead.
Renaissance Bank, understanding you, RenaissanceBank.com. And, well, here comes trouble, folks. And trouble goes by the name of Rodney Hibbler. He is 4 for 4 on the day, and That one's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Throw is going to be way high, and it's actually going to get out of the ballpark.
You only get one of that. Had a little collision there at first with Murph when he was trying to come down. Murph was going up to get the high throw from Drew. It's short. Of course, Drew knew he had to make a good throw on that one and come up with it because some speed there with Hibbler. But again, tough play there at first, and but everybody's good and everybody's fine. And of course, but the only problem is we've got a runner in scoring position here, Adam.
It is, and E6 on that previous play, and that's what speed does to you sometimes. It makes you overthink and overthrow a ball, and that was the case there as that one got out of the ballpark. As this one's going to be hit down the line, but it's going to slice foul, and it'll go for strike one.
Yeah, just kind of throwing the bat out there on that breaking pitch from Will Armstead there as Rivera is, and was able to. It was foul, but that's about all he could do with it and taking it to the right side of the field.
He is 1 for 2 with a pair of walks, 2 runs scored, an RBI and a double. He's also struck out. That pitch missing outside, 1-1 is the count.
So the Indians got to be careful here again. Got the runner at second. Try not to, don't want that run to come in. I know they'd like to end this one early and try to get another run in the next inning.
That's going to be a foul ball back for a strike. 1-2 now goes to count here on Rivera. Hibbler at second. He's gotten there after a throw-in error by the shortstop. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Clutch Renaissance Bank strikeout there for out number 2. Third Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game
next is
for
number 24,
Armstead.
Anuelo Sanchez.
Yeah, great pitch right there. Wasn't able to figure it out and catch up with it. So, again, great K there for Will. And so get out of this jam here with the Indians here. I got 2 outs now.
Sanchez on the afternoon, 2 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. Takes that first pitch in there for a strike. He's drove in a couple of runs on those 2 hits that he's got. He's also scored a run in his previous at-bat when he reached on a walk. Hard hit ground ball. Second baseman eats him up a little bit. Finds it, throw in the dirt. And it's going to be another error. And boy, a tough break there for the Indians, as he thought he had to rush a little bit, but it also looked like Sanchez kind of started limping down the line that time, and the Indians just not focusing on things here to close this inning out, and Coahoma taking advantage now with runners on the corners.
Well, that ball took a weird little hop off the pitcher's mound there too, but Colin was able to make an adjustment there and did field it. Because it was hard hit, as you indicated, but the throw just wasn't there.
So with 2 outs, runners on the corners, that pitch is high for a ball. This is Chase Jones. He is 1 for 3 with a walk and a single. 1-0 is the count here. Runners on the corners. You got a lot of speed in Hibbler, as this pitch fouled out of play towards Soccer, and it evened things up at 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners on the corner. Sanchez over at first base. He also reached on an error, just like Hibbler did in this inning. Armstead on the hill. Time taken by the batter. Wind is blowing out to dead center. A little bit of a wiggle in the trees up top. That pitch missing low. 2-1 now is the count. Breaking pitch, and it's a beauty across for a strike. 2-2 now is the count, and Armstead trying to pick up his 4th Renaissance Bank strikeout here and end the inning.
Yeah, great breaking pitch there by Will. Threw it again there, and he was just able to get a piece of that one at him.
Yeah, if he doesn't find the edge of that one, that's easily ending the inning there. And good job putting that one in the dirt where really and truly the only thing he could do with it would foul it off if he made contact. So the count will stay 2-2. This one blistered right field, but Meeks is there to squeeze it for the out. And the Indians get out of that jam with no damage done. No runs, no hits, 2 errors, and 2 left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th with ICC leading 16-9 here in Game 1. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
The outlook for overpriced pizza has never been better. Who's gonna stop us?
Sir, Little Caesars has the lowest price pizza delivered, guaranteed.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. Get $5 off your first delivery.
Pizza.
Parmesan, Asiago, and fresh mozzarella.
All this cheesing is rather pleasing.
Yep, tastes like $1 million.
Pepperoni cheeser. Only $7.
Pizza.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
And welcome back to action as we head now to the bottom of the 7th inning. ICC with a 16-9 lead here. It's going to be Colin Carter to start things off here for the Indians. Carter looks at that first pitch, missing for a ball, and that one popped up and caught the catcher that time. And I'll tell you what, the sponsors loving this home plate umpire is, I'll kid you not, folks, in MLB ball, you got a 3-minute clock. And as soon as that last out is hit, that clock starts running. Well, it's almost like watching an SEC football game on CBS when you see that little guy with the red hat come out on the field. Well, he's been out here all day today. My goodness. It's been a lot of time between innings as that pitch up for a ball. 2-0 now is the count.
Yeah, good eye there. Of course, base runners and need the insurance runs right now. Anything we can get, and of course another one low. 3-0. Fully expect Colin to be taking here, but I could be wrong. Coach Collier may give him the green light if it's that perfect one.
So 3-0 pitch coming. He was taking the whole way that time. Talk about those insurance runs. We talk about Joey Cox, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent. Joey, a proud sponsor of ICC Athletics, also a proud member of the ICC Athletic Hall of Fame. He was a former All-American in football and just an all-around good guy there, Joey Cox. As this one lifted left side, left fielder never saw it, and that's going to go for a base hit.
Yeah, good start for the Indians. Single by Carter.
Now batting is number 26, Tyler Murphy.
So we got Murph up now, and see if we can do some damage and get this run in and get some more insurance in.
So Murphy will come to the plate. There's no outs here in the inning. Murphy is 1 for 4. He does have a 2-run single. He's also scored a run. He is struck out and popped up to second and grounded out to first. His pitch fouled back, strike 1. Quite a bizarre game here in game 1. We got another one to go after this one, guys. So hope everyone sticks around with us here on the ICC Sports Network. We do want to say a special hello to the fans watching in favor of Coahoma. And also a special hello to the ICC family tuning in as always. That pitch missing low. 1-1 now is the count here to Tyler Murphy.
Yeah, plenty of time for the fans, local fans here to come join us out here on at a beautiful day at the ballpark and see some good baseball.
So there's going to be a liner, second baseman. They go for 2, and they get it. 4, 6, 3 on the double play. I'm tempted to call my parents back in Calhoun and see if they want to come up because they can probably make it before this game's over.
I'm going to say you're right. I don't know that they have to be local. Like I say, they can
roughly an hour and a half, 2
Yeah,
hours. So,
I
I mean, they give them plenty of time to get here before this one's over.
Might even get there from the coast. You can't ever tell.
And now this is going to be Connor Gardner at the plate. As stands in, takes a look at that first pitch, and therefore strike.
So 2 outs now in the inning, 0-1 count.
That pitch hangs up high for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. As we said, that First American National Bank opening pitch was at 2:58. It is now 5:43. Breaking pitch in there for a strike. Good job coming back on that one by Wilder. And now if you're Gardner, you got to guard the dish here.
Yeah, most definitely. Got to guard it. Got 2 strikes on you and you got to be swinging at anything close. And he did.
He does. Pops it up center field. Center fielder going back. Chases to the wall and will step underneath it for the out. Well, the Little Caesars double play big there for the Tigers as neither team put runs on the board there in the 7th. It remains 16-9. We're going to take a break and hear a word from Little Caesars and more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
The outlook for overpriced pizza has never been better. Who's gonna stop us?
Sir, Little Caesars has the lowest price pizza delivered, guaranteed.
We're not Big Pizza, we're Little Caesars. Get $5 off your first delivery.
Pizza, pizza.
Parmesan, Asiago, and fresh mozzarella.
All this cheesing is rather pleasing.
Yep, tastes like $1 million.
Pepperoni cheeser. Only $7.
Pizza, pizza.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Now batting is number 1, Zarin Cole.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the 8th inning. And it's going to be Cole, Etheridge, and Thomas scheduled up for ICC. New pitcher in the game, and this is Blaine Ware. He is out of Batesville. And that pitch missing for a ball. He's from the University of South Panola, as they used to call it back in the day. Is that pitch missing for a ball? 1-0 is the count. And this pitch popped up. Right fielder going back, can't find it, and then able to adjust for a second to retire Cole for the first out here.
Batting next
in
is
the
number
top
10,
of the 8th.
Josh Etheridge.
And now this is going to be Etheridge at the plate. Etheridge, he's got a hot bat here of late. He went 0 for 2, ended the first into the 3rd inning. Then he has a solo home run and then had an RBI single in his previous at-bat. So he's trying to stay hot here for the Tigers. And that pitch missing inside for a ball. Boy, it is going to be a nightmare figuring out the final line of this contest. That pitch swung on and missed there for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. Luckily, I got my boy Will Simmons here to help out as well, so we'll try to piece this thing together if we ever get to that Renaissance Bank postgame show. As this one popped up, center fielder is going to come over and make the play for out number 2. Nice pitch there by Ware, came in on the hands
Now batting number 16,
of
Trey
Etheridge. Got a routine fly ball, and quickly 2 away now. And this is going to be Trey Thomas at the plate. Trey is 1 for 4 with a single. He scored a run when ICC committed an error way back in the 2nd inning. And he pops this one up. Left fielder should be able to come up on it. He's going to make a running catch, and he does! The diving catch out there in left field for a 3-up, 3-down inning. A quick inning there. As I don't know how well you can see it, but you see the diving effort out there in left, and that will end the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th, where due up will be Albritton, Meeks, and Capo Bianco for the Indians. ICC leads it 16-9. We'll be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Why settle for a checking account that just holds your money? Renaissance Rewards Extra gives you so much more. Like savings at more than 400,000 retailers, 24/7 roadside assistance, a cell phone protection plan worth up to $400, $25 in ATM fee refunds per monthly cycle, and a great interest rate when you meet 3 easy qualifications. Get extra today at rewardsextra.com. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs, and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion, or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton, or online davisfordsales.com.
Hey Indian fans, I'm Ricky Murphy, real estate agent, Tommy Morgan Realtors, and I'm also a proud alumni of the All-American Marching Band. Itawamba Community College was my home for 2 years, and where you decide to make your home will be one of the most important decisions of your life. Whether you're looking to create a plan to buy your first home, or if you're ready today to make a move into your forever home, give me a call or send me a message so we can discuss your next move. And for my family, roll Trav!
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we move now to the bottom of the 8th inning. And it's going to be Bayley Albritton to start us off here. Bayley is 1 for 2 on the day with a 2-run double. He does have a couple of sacrifice flies. So it'll be Albritton, Meeks, and Capo Bianco. Breaking pitch hangs up for a ball. Good looking pitch there. Just a little bit too much for the umpire's liking.
Yeah, a little high there. That's a good eye by Albritton. Wait on your pitch. Get something to drive. Oh, not going to drive that.
Gets hit by a pitch and will head down to first base. That one hurt. He heard the thud. I don't know if he heard it over the mics, but I heard the thud here.
Yeah, he's had a couple of painful at bats, because the previous at bat, where they jammed him real hard and got off his wrist or hand or whatever and jarred it. But he gave the signal to Coach Carter that he was okay. So
So this is going to be Meeks. He had that solo home run in his previous at bat, and swinging for the fences on that one comes up empty, strike one. Runner at first base. That is going to be Albritton. He was hit by a pitch to start the inning here. Tried to place that one too, and now finds himself in an 0-2 count.
Yeah, he swung through two there. Of course, now you got to protect the plate and choke up and do what's necessary to get a bat on it. So Terrace here with no outs and try to get on base here.
So when the 0-2 pitch out, throw down to first, gets away, and this should allow the runner to advance on an error, E2 there. As it was a pitch out, a good throw would have been close.
Yeah, they were trying to catch Albritton sleeping down there, and I mean, the catcher Etheridge there, it just kind of airmailed there, went high, very high. Never had a chance at first to bring that one down. Jones didn't, so tough play there, and that moved the runner in scoring position with no out. So ball game a little different here for Terrace Meeks now if you can get a base hit.
So 1-2 is the count here to Meeks. Looks at that one for a ball. 2-2 now is the count.
I figured you'd hear some boo birds from Coahoma on that one because he has called that one a strike today.
He has. I think those Coahoma fans have went home to get some food and come back for game two.
They'll probably make it in plenty of time before game one's over with.
So waiting the 2-2 pitch here to Meeks. Check the runner, and he slides back without a throw. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, runner at second. And Meeks goes down swinging.
Tough at bat there for Meeks. I think he knows it. But still just one out. Well, let's see. Coach Carter may be making a change here. He is. Who got it?
This is going to be Jonathan Whittington.
Jonathan Whittington getting the bat.
Coming to the plate here. 1 out and a runner at second. That was the first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game for Wilder. And this section of the archive broadcast on YouTube will be muted out because that music was extremely loud, and that's typically what it does when it picks up copyrighted music. So with 1 out now, Whittington takes that first pitch low for a ball.
Yeah, good job again by Etheridge back there to block that one up because, again, with 1 out and moving Albritton over to third would not have been obviously within the game plan there. So it would have put him that much closer to scoring that 1 run that the Indians need.
So Whittington at the plate, swings on this one, fouls it back. 1-1 now is the count. Well, if Whittington were to get on, Domino, or actually no, he don't have to get on, but Domino is on deck. And just for a note, Domino would double away from the cycle.
Oh, he got a single his last time up, didn't he? That's right.
So that pitch missing low for a ball. 2-1 now is the count.
Good eye there by Whittington.
Whittington awaiting the pitch here from Wilder. Checks the runner. That's going to be a grounder. Third baseman with it. Looks the runner back to second. Throw is in the dirt. Nice stretch and a good dig there over at first base by Jones. 5-3 on the putout of Whittington.
Next is number 9, Lane Domino.
Yeah, that was excellent play there by their first baseman, Jones. That definitely, if I hadn't gotten away with him, would have moved Albritton over to third for certain. So great job there to dig that one out. That was a tough dig, too.
So now there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. ICC with a 16-9 lead here.
Let's give Lane the double.
Domino lifts that first pitch in the dirt. Runner stays put. 1-0 is the count. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second. Bottom of the 8th inning. Game 1 here between ICC and Coahoma. 16-9. As Domino fouls that one off. Oh, nice grab over there at the dugout. That was
Hayden Harris.
Hayden Harris barehanding the ball there. 1-1 is the count here on Domino. Runner at second. That is Albritton, who was hit by a pitch. There's going to be one down to the gap, and they're going to send him around, and that could do it. Albritton will come through, and he will score. Ball game. ICC wins it by the final score of 17-9. Let's look at this last hit here. Domino gets the game-winning hit, an RBI that sends Albritton around, and ICC picks up the win, 17-9. We're going to take a break. Come back to the Renaissance Bank postgame report. ICC wins Game 1 in a marathon. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Why settle for a checking account that just holds your money? Renaissance Rewards Extra gives you so much more. Like savings at more than 400,000 retailers, 24/7 roadside assistance, a cell phone protection plan worth up to $400, $25 in ATM fee refunds per monthly cycle, and a great interest rate when you meet 3 easy qualifications. Get extra today at rewardsextra.com. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back as ICC wins it in a almost 3-hour marathon through 8 innings. ICC scores 17 runs on 15 hits. They had 3 errors. Coahoma 9 runs, 13 hits, 2 errors. And Brad, we got to name a star of the game, and I think Lane Domino is going to pick that up for the Indians as he had an outstanding contest there in the first game of the day.
Yeah, easily. That was Lane Domino, star of the game. Did a great job there, and like you said, was a double away from the cycle, hitting the cycle there, but, you know, had a single there at the end to drive in the game-winning run. You know, as we kind of mentioned over the course of the broadcast, you know, it's that time of year where you've got to start fine-tuning things and hopefully getting ready for postseason play. And, you know, where my takeaway is on it right now is, and I would think if I'm Coach Collier, is you got to start eliminating the mistakes. And again, granted, yes, we won 17-9, but that wasn't a clean game, Adam. And you know, that's what he's gonna. I would hope he's talking with his players about in between games here to let's you know, eliminate the mistakes. We've got to move past that. Let's eliminate the mistakes here in this second game, so that way that we can start fine-tuning ourselves and getting ready for postseason ball, as well as and before you go to postseason ball, we got a big matchup this weekend.
Yep, absolutely. So we're about 20 minutes away from the start of Game 2. We're going to give you a break so you can step away from the broadcast and be back in about 20 minutes. ICC takes Game 1 by the final score of 17-9. Back in about 20 minutes here on the ICC Sports Network.
You live life on your own terms. You won't be told what you can't do. And we're here to back you. From the boardroom to the big stage, Renaissance Bank supports women striving for success. Because greatness isn't held to anyone's expectations, except yours. So if anyone says you can't, prove them wrong. Rise with Renaissance, supporting women and the communities they influence every day.